Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Vampire the Masquerade, Philly by Night. I'm Pixie, your variety streamer. Um, some of you were with me for my all-day stream earlier today as cosplaying as Jack Skellington. It was quite fun. Took a lot to get all the makeup off and reset. Yeah, we played a little bit of Life is Strange today, and then a couple hours of City of Heroes. It was a lot of fun. Made a lot of new friends. So thank you all for joining and following. It's very much appreciated. And some of you out there have been gifted subs. So definitely get in touch with those gifters and thank them if you have a way to do that. So, all right. How is everyone doing?
Doing well. Doing
Good.
quite well.
Good.
Well, tonight joining me is Knox, our storyteller. We've got Skot, who plays Idaho, Zack playing Vic, I play Alice, and Martha should be with us shortly. Cross fingers. She is Michael Starwell, the leader of our coterie. And as always, I do have alerts muted. They will show up on the screen, but they are muted. And we do stay active in chat. So we may not speak to you guys directly, but we're here in chat.
All right.
And at some point there may be ads rolling through. We'll try to warn you guys if I get the alert. Just to throw that out there.
So, I guess before we kind of get started, give Mr. Starwell a little bit of time to wake up. Somebody really needs to start like setting an alarm. Get your ass out of the coffin.
Right? We could always do a bit of a recap if you like.
Well, what I was actually going to ask is, does anybody want to spend their XP before
Oh.
the session starts? I know some people
Ooh.
are starting to creep up there with their amount of XP that they have.
I spent last session.
As I say, I know, except for Vic, who does not have any.
I'm not sure how much I have. Let's
You're
see.
at 10. You are at 10. Idaho, you're at 21.
Oof.
Yeah, but I'm saving.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He's got.
I want to get my level 5 animalism, which is going to take 25, isn't it?
I believe so. That's a
Senior
core.
storyteller.
That's core for you, so it should
It
be
is.
135. I want to say 137 in the core book. Client discipline, new level times 5. So yeah, you need 2 more sessions.
No problemo.
Thinking a skill.
Then I can get the swarm of roaches for dinner.
A lot of protein.
Since how much would it be? How much would it be to put the first point in drive?
I literally just, I think it's 3.
I thought it was 3 for the first and then 6 for the second, right?
Yeah, to increase a skill, new level times 3. So yeah.
Okay.
I mean, other people already have a little bit of driving skill. I mean, Vic looks like he's a Mario Kart character sitting on top of the car when he drives.
He's Donkey Kong.
I just want to be Princess Peach. That's my whole goal.
Yoshi all the way. Yoshi.
You don't have to worry, Idaho. You are definitely someone's Princess Peach.
Oh yes.
In fact, I was just writing down Rick's name.
Yeah.
Okay, so I won't worry about drive. You know what? I'll put a second point in insight. I think that's something that lends to my character with like occult and awareness and right? Am I thinking of insight the right way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah. So we're gonna put that second point in. So
cool.
Subtract. So you're down to 4. Cool. All right. Well then. I guess if nobody else is gonna spend any XP, then I guess we can get started. So, welcome everyone to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Philly by Night. Session 33
Woo!
on the not even 20 out from our full year.
Well, I
That's
noticed the
great.
date that I joined when I was logging in, and it was in January.
And
That
I mean, that makes sense. We are now, uh, you know, a full third or 2/3 of the year, way through the year. So,
There were a few weeks we skipped too for various reasons. So
but it hasn't been much.
yeah, no.
no, it hasn't
I
been.
mean,
It's
And
been maybe like 6 or 7. Maybe
and we've
total.
always tried to make up with, solo sessions here and there, or story building sessions in between.
mhm.
Right. There have been a
So
lot of solo sessions in between. I just don't think any of those are numbered sessions.
no, they're not. But I feel like those kind of make up, at least as the player, maybe not for my stream, obviously, but as the player, I feel like that more than makes up for like when I feel like we've missed a week. Oh, well, at least something
Mhm.
carried the story on. Something is still going on in our world.
Well, we've
Who's
done,
down
so
there?
I just counted. We've done 15 solo sessions.
Whoa.
So, in addition to the 33 sessions that we have done as a group,
Come here.
there have also been 15 sessions where there was either
Come here.
or there was, so most of those were, all but 3 of those
Good girl.
were solo sessions. 3 of those were duo sessions. The session with
Me and Al
Group
had one.
18, when it was Idaho and Vic,
You kitty cat.
and then this 20, 20A and
Mm-hmm.
20B, which was where you guys were paired off in the.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, everybody has had solo sessions.
You say hi?
Ironically,
Where's the people? Yeah, there's the people out there.
only Vic has had one solo session.
Yeah.
I've only had one.
Yeah, you have only done one solo session.
Wow.
We did a duo one night when
Yeah,
things
there's-
didn't
I've done
work
2
out, but
duos. I did a duo with Idaho too.
that's true.
But you have
doing?
by far
Just
done
only done-
fewer
Oh,
solos
Good
than
baby.
everybody else.
Well, it's probably because he's so big and you think there's 2 people there, but it's really just
For anybody lurking, there's a kitty cat. There's a kitty cat on screen.
So
Okay, Nita, you come here.
let us
It's the bitty
let
girl.
us get started. The events of last week, last session, the reopening of the Beacon, formerly New Rain, hit off to a very, very critically acclaimed and commercially successful evening. All of the local city rags raved about the night and about how good the club looked and about the quality of the music and the staff. Um, Likewise, in the nights that you guys have been open since, of which there have only been a couple, the line has not, of course, been nearly as long as it was on your grand reopening, but it has stayed busy, significantly busier than it was in the past. Which, things being what they are, you expect that to peter off at some point. But for here and now, it means a lot of money coming back in, coffers getting refilled, and a easy supply of that precious, precious blood. Tonight, it's just another night. You guys are back on your grind, as it was. And so, Idaho, you wake up. What's your initial thing? What are you doing to start your evening?
okay. Well, if I'm not at the apartment, I'm going to go to the apartment.
Okay, so
I figure I don't remember what it was. Wasn't it like once every 7 days or something?
There
Not-
is. It is. You can revisit and sleep in the same place once every 7 days.
So I guess I'll kind of make like a. I mean, I know it doesn't really matter for us, but just probably once a week, he would go ahead and stay at the apartments.
It is our venerable Baron of West Philadelphia with kitty cat ears.
It's a kitty night. Look at this. Meow meow. Meow meow
So okay,
meow.
so is there? So let's ask this question: is there a specific night that you would want to stay in the apartments, or are you just randomizing it? Is it just like one night?
Well, since I have to wait 7
My God.
days, it lends itself to being the same night every
cute
week. So I guess we could just say Saturday night,
Okay, so
because I figure Saturday night might be pretty
Popping.
intense at the club, and and then it keeps me
gonna
from
get
having to worry
late.
about-
it's also all right for fighting.
That's right.
Also, seeing as how the Baron of West Philadelphia popped in and made me realize we have some
Housekeeping.
needs to be done.
I need my arm, baby. I need my arm.
Everybody needs to roll for your hunger.
Right. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Should I
Go on,
hit the
keep-
re-roll or just
keep
type
going,
it in?
keep
This
going.
is not looking good.
Oh.
Yes!
Man, this is
All right.
so.
It's a good night to go after Charles.
We need our hunger to be 4 before we do that, man. Come on.
That's. I mean,
There's some rouse checks to make on the way.
Let's rouse the
There.
blood. We need extra intelligence for this.
in terms of things that feel like maybe they're gonna go poorly for you guys, but
That
I
might be
could
one
be
of them.
wrong. You could prove me wrong.
So one thing Michael would like to address is the can I just jump right into it?
Actually, what I was going to say is we'll go down the line because there was. I actually have some questions for each of some of the individual characters. Idaho, you're heading to the apartments, or we'll say it's a Saturday, so you're at the apartments already.
All right. No problemo.
What do you do when you start?
I'm just going to kind of do my usual thing, sending texts to my touchstones.
Okay,
Just kind of
so-
like check in. Hi, how's it going? To both of them. And again, as far as the kids were concerned, as far as Hildegard's kids, at least for now, I've kind of left that as kind of waiting in case, that the attorney would let me know if something bad went down, but always an opportunity to check in on them.
You do, in fact, have a message from the attorney when you wake up. Just a brief text that says, call when you can.
Well, then I'll call.
When you call, the attorney picks up almost immediately and says, not to alarm you, but one of the kids got picked up. Local PD found them. Apparently, they tried to run away. Found them with a couple bruises. Kid says that they are not from the family. Says that they're from a fight that they got in while they were out sleeping, got into a fight with a homeless person. There's no way to verify. And unfortunately, I was not able to get in touch with the other child. I did not see the other child when the kid got picked up. So not any particular information that I feel perhaps needs intervention on, but I did want to keep you in the loop in case you had concerns.
And this was the older kid?
Yes, that'd be Tracy.
Okay. And this is out of game question, but I can't remember last time I talked to the attorney. I do have the address of where they're living now.
Yes, he has given you that address.
Awesome. Okay. Thanks for the info.
Vic, how are you starting your evening?
I don't remember if I had talked with the whole group about Shaw at the end of last session.
I was going to ask that question when we got there, but let's start with what you're doing first.
Okay. I guess just waiting for everyone to meet in the common area so that we can.
Okay, so you're waiting in the apartment for everybody to get together, or are you gonna head over to the club?
The club. We got an office. We got a nice meeting place now.
Okay, so you're heading straight to the club.
Yep.
Him too. With the allergies.
Okay, now since it's been a few nights between the opening and now, so I'm assuming you would have brought up your encounter with Shaw.
Oh yeah.
What did you say?
I'll relay everything that happened. I mean, that Shaw gave us a piece of chalk, and told us to put an X on the door when we want his help, and he said, he'll help out with taking care of Charles. But
All right, Alice, how are you starting this evening?
Gotta check on Ruby.
Well, Ruby is at the club.
She went over early.
She is. Well, she went over. I guess I can't say she didn't go over early, but she went over with Lane. Lane obviously headed over to work on her bar. Ruby is over there setting up your bar.
Okay. I guess. I think I'll just first things first check in with Michael and just see what the evening's gonna bring. I mean, if they have the bar handled and we're not open yet, then
Okay, so basically you're going to just head straight to the Baron.
yeah.
Okay, which leads us all the way down to you, Mr. Starwell. So, how are you starting this evening?
Unmute.
Other than with an extra set of ears.
Unmute. It's not working. Oh no. There it goes.
Do the first the wake up ritual of checking messages, checking emails, pulling oneself together.
All of the voicemails and messages you've got are mostly congratulatory. You got something from Speen, something from Threnody, lots of great opening, great, and some of these have trickled in over the last couple of days. This is not to say that this is all from previous nights. It's been a couple nights, but it has been a lot of congratulatory and similar things. Also, of course, back to the grind of bills that need to be paid, things that need to be taken care of.
All right. Notes from opening night would have basically instituted Thursday nights as a private party and started a non-associated promotional company that would throw. So this is business. I'm going to talk business real quick.
Okay.
with the club from the opening. The adjustment is going to be that we are going to start another LLC that's just a promotional company that throws specialty parties on Thursday nights, which is our Vamp night.
Okay, so as opposed to the rest of the week, Thursday nights are designated as how. So how are you going to designate this in such a way as to be kind of open but not open?
Oh, again, that's what the production company is for. Private party. You get in with tickets / invitations. Nobody on the list that's not in the list gets in, and it's invite only. And we say specialty parties so we can cover the garb and appearances of some of our more eccentric.
Come on,
kindred.
Goth Night.
Yeah, basically that's what it's like. Kink night. It's going to be kink nights, costume nights, stuff like that. But
So
it's like a Thursday nights is like we call it a different night.
So what is it? Just because I'm going to make a note of this. So what is the name of this new LLC?
We can do Dark Light Productions.
I will make a note.
But yeah, so that way that we have a night that is dedicated for vamps to be, since we are going to have to be seeing a lot of vampires, and we do have more of like a place in kindred society, something that's more free and open for hunting, let's say. Something that's free more for people to come and address the Baron for kindred stuff.
Okay.
It's like office hours.
It's like holding court.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So Thursday nights is vamp night, and then the weekends is for mixed. Everything else, every other day except Thursday, is going to be well known and spread out that it's masquerade rules and mixed company.
All right.
Yeah, we definitely need to lay down the law on that shit.
So that's like that, and I'm gonna have Moira kind of spread that around as much as she can.
So just to clarify, so on Thursday nights, basically kindred are allowed to show up, and once they're through the doors, for lack of a better way to put it, it's like a fetish night or a sex club. You
Exactly.
have to show up looking normal, but once you're through the doors, feel free to shed your clothes and your inhibitions, as opposed to the rest of the time where it's
mind your fucking P's and Q's.
100%. Absolutely 100%.
All right.
And only kindreds are allowed to add onto the list. Kind.
Only kindred.
So yes.
So only kindred can bring kind, for lack of a.
Okay. Invite. Yeah. Kind invited by kindred is only allowed on Thursdays.
All right. So, with that, how else are you starting the evening?
Trying to meet everybody in like the meeting room at the wherever, see if we can like start off and talk about the tasks at hand.
Okay, so then we will assume that everybody has basically headed over to the club, unless anybody has anything specifically that they want to address between the apartment and the.
Well, I thought we built a conference room up top where it's easier to like keep rats away.
Okay, so are you talking about the conference room that is in the apartments?
Yeah, up top and like where it's like less likely to find a nos.
Okay. So then everybody is congregating in the conference room in the apartments. Okay.
Yeah, Coterie Lounge. The Coterie Lounge.
So everyone's together?
Mm-hmm.
So what are you guys doing?
Michael, I wanted to bring up our new friend Brittany.
Please do.
Uh, just your thoughts and whether we should keep her close. Um, and do we think she would incorporate into our larger group?
Which one was Brittany again? Shit.
She's
Sorry.
she's the little nos that we found at the end of the night that went off with Vic.
Oh yeah.
Has
Mm-hmm.
she been staying at the apartments and/or club since that night?
Okay.
Senior storyteller.
I mean, I would have assumed Vic would have brought her back. If not, then I would think he would have let us know that she had not come back.
Yeah, but we haven't played since then, so I'm just
Right.
curious: is she still staying at the apartments?
I would venture that would have been. This is a
Yeah.
discussion.
I think I said like welcome to her then.
Yes, I get it, but I'm just asking Knox: is she still staying at the apartment? Is she
Well,
still
no,
around?
she was never staying at the apartments. She was actually staying in the club.
Okay, the
Mhm.
club then. She's still around.
Yes, she's still around.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was it. That's all I wanted to know.
And I can't remember like so far so good. I don't remember anything ruffling my feathers in regards of what I can sense off of her. If she's another lost individual, then she's welcome to join the coterie.
Kai kind of raises her hand timidly and interjects and says, "This is the group is continuing to get larger and larger. We're going to start attracting more and more attention."
Okay, so that was my question. Coteries usually run like about what's the limit that they do?
So it really depends. If you're looking at what is now something else to keep in mind is that most coteries are not as tightly knit as you are. Some
Mhm.
coteries, like Gangrel, might be, but in general, coteries tend to basically come together for kind of group projects, and then when they're not doing the group project together, they kind of separate and go all their own ways to do their own things. So as a result, a coterie might have members come and go and change rapidly. It kind of ends up being like like a band.
Mhm.
Maybe there's one or two members who are the core members of the group, and then the rest, everybody else keeps cycling in and out. Um, some end up being turning into larger organizations. Tremere are really well known for this. Tremere Covens and Tremere Chantries end up, being a whole lot of them, and then the individual groups within will split off, and three people go here, two people go here. They're all still part of the overall group, but they are not always, kind of up
But they will have subdivided
Yeah.
based on their things. I mean, like to be fair, yeah. Let's like. I mean, it sounds very gangster, and I say we keep growing the family since we have territory to like enforce. We need some hands to get.
And I mean, especially since some people feel betrayed or not brought in or not welcomed by us, this could be that olive branch
Right,
to
because like
rally some troops actually beyond
right,
just the coterie. So,
right, because like that was our intention as a club, anyways, from the beginning,
mm-hmm.
was to like kind of
Representative from every
be yeah, like we were like trying to be like like the safe space that anybody can come if they need like the light at the end of the tunnel,
Yeah.
like still like so like we're still trying to like continue that to a point. Like there is definitely lines, but if somebody needs a place to stay and there's nobody else there to like hurt that like to like help them out, we are bit that group, or at least that house.
Kai raises her hand again and says, If this is the direction, then perhaps we need to invest in uh, more places to keep people."
I think investing in more places to keep people and more places to create revenue, and I think divesting into some more fronts would be very smart and the next way to go.
Anything that's going to pull up like steady employment and give these guys something to do.
Well, I know what records we should take over.
Yeah.
That's true. If for no other reason than their taste in music. Ugh.
Well, I thought that was their one redeeming factor, but
Getting all butt hurt over Nickelback.
Ugh, ugh, ugh.
You'll understand, Alice. Someday, somehow.
Don't push your elder millennial shit on everybody else that's innocent.
So, what else? What else do you guys talk about?
No.
Okay, so we have Brittany, who is how old?
I don't believe that was brought up.
Mm-mm.
How old does she seem to present?
Well, she's a Nas, so that's kind of hard.
Well,
Well, it depends on how deformed she is.
she looked and acted pretty young to me. Wait,
And I was going to actually say that is the way that she presented was definitely not on the older end.
Right. So like, sorry, I did a little bit of an Anne Rice dive. So I'm like trying to like, because Lestat was turned super young, but isn't that young. And Marcus was actually turned one of the first turn and actually like older when he was turned. So he is more like in his like 30s and 40s. Well, like
Armand was like
Lestat,
14.
exactly. Armand was like a child.
Well, and that even goes to Kindred in Philadelphia. You know,
So yeah.
Charles is, looks like he's in his late 40s to mid 50s. You know, Carmine looks like he's fucking ancient.
Mm-hmm.
So both seem to have been older when they actually did change over.
yeah.
Yeah, before when they were embraced. And so like and I know I present, even though like I'm 100 years old, I like present like 23, 21. Correct?
I believe that is the case.
Okay. But the Nas seems to be younger.
Yes.
So at least she was turned when she was younger. So she seems like a kid.
So what are you going to do about this?
About what?
Brittany?
Mm-hmm.
So we have the two Tremere still with us?
4.
5.
Five Tremere.
Holy shit, they're multiplying.
Well, because
Not without our permission.
There'll be 7 next week.
because it was Jean Baptiste and Samuel,
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Eugene, who is
Mhm.
Jean Baptiste's twin,
Mm-hmm.
and then Adelaide and Marie.
Okay, yeah. And they are just visiting or staying with us loosely.
No, they live in the apartments.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
They're
they
kinda like
have they
arts.
joined our coterie too?
No, they are not. They are not part of your coterie. They are
Okay.
Basically seeking refuge, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. I guess you could say that they are, for lack of a better terminology, they are under your barony. They are
Guests under the barony.
residents within your domain. So,
It's good
and
stuff.
in this case, they're actual residents as they live in your apartment.
Yeah. Let's send them to go take out 10 toes.
Mm-hmm.
The girl who does all the diablerie, she can go eat them.
What's it called? All right. Yeah, we can invite Brittany to stay. We don't necessarily have to invite her to join the coterie quite yet. Coterie options, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But like, she can stay as long as she needs, and if she, as long as she doesn't mind being put to work every once in a while.
So, What else is on the agenda?
Well, there was Shaw, and the
And
Yeah.
he said he wanted to join in on getting Charles, right?
yeah, basically,
He wants a piece of him.
I would too. Yeah.
Kai raises her hand. I would like to not be there that night.
Yeah.
You
Well,
totally get to not be there that night.
I'm gonna just suggest something that until we feel very confident, it might be beneficial for us to have Shaw and Charles playing off each other.
How would you suggest we do that?
No, I mean the fact that they're both alive means they're playing off each other. If
So just like letting it
yeah,
be out there for a bit.
we shouldn't be in any hurry to eliminate Shaw's biggest rival, which then would allow him, unless the Cam recover from Charles. Let's just say that Charles dies. If the Cam recovers from that, okay. But if they don't, the next people Shaw's going to look at eradicating is us.
And I'm pretty sure he's doing it to take the place, become the prince of the city. He wants to be the prince of the city too.
Do the Sabat do that?
No,
Shaw,
well, so to answer your question, he likely would not want to be prince, as he doesn't want any part of the Camarilla.
no,
But he definitely wants to be
change
the only
everything.
game. Yeah, he wants to be the only game in town.
He
Yeah.
wants to break the masquerade and bring forth the tides of Cain.
So, just to say, it might not be a bad idea for us to let that take as long as it needs to not be in any rush to tip that balance of power.
I mean, like, we wouldn't even know, we don't even know where the hell Charles is, let alone like where to catch him. So, one step at a time, I think, on that front.
Sure.
If the cat's chasing the mouse, I'm not going to get in the cat's way. But if it doesn't know where the mouse is, might be worth finding out where it is, where that nest has set up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, depending on how busy things are tonight, I'm going to take a trip over to check on Hiawatha's children.
Would you,
And
would
I feel
Idaho know who Seb is?
Who?
Would Idaho know who Seb is? I don't think so. I don't think I've revealed that.
I don't know that he would probably know Seb by name, though he might know him by having seen him at New Rain.
Mhm.
Okay.
and I'll kind of fill in. I've been in contact with the lawyer regarding the kids, and one of the kids was picked up by the cops, ran away, had some bruises. They say it's not abuse, but I wouldn't mind going and checking the house and just kind of see what I might could see with as far as their current situation.
Yeah. You could go on and check it out. If you need backup, take one of the ghouls.
Speaking of the ghouls, there is a call or a text from Romano to the group chat.
Mm.
It is doing all right. People coming in.
Mm.
There is a gentleman. That word is in quotes. Who is here to see someone about a job, also in quotes.
I will be coming right down.
It'd be like picture. Who am I looking for?
That is clearly like, Baron, you have somebody looking for your ass.
Yeah.
So,
do we have anybody in our apartment building who is actually really good at snooping or being a bit of a PI?
now, are you talking? That's not one of your ghouls, as they are all kind of occupied right now.
Yes, and Like just like I would go through my like Rolodex and figure out who has that.
Brittany is a
I was
Brittany.
nod.
gonna say. I mean, you have
Ty has the third eye.
Mm-hmm.
you've got a couple different options here. Kai is also going to be going to work. Um, the You've got Brittany, who is a NOS. Idaho has contact information for Sunny. You, of course, also have contact information for Nawal. Um, and of course, if you were really willing to take a gamble on your barony and your office, you could also attempt to find Ronald DeWitt and ask him to do it, although you might need to get a private eye to find him in the first place, and God knows how he would actually handle it.
Yeah, no, we're okay.
You don't think Ronnie could do it for you?
All right. I guess I'm gonna just go ahead and ask Brittany to if she wants, like, yeah, if she wants this place to stay. She, let's see what she can pick up for us. Like, she's welcome to stay for as long as she wants, but she's listening for us.
So, with that, where is everyone headed?
To the club. Talk
Yep.
about this gentleman.
Yep. I'll head over to the bars and check on my ladies.
So, when you guys get to the club, it is already jumping. It's not full, but there are a decent number of people who are already at the bars. Alice, Ruby is acquitting herself as a makeshift bartender, as long as nobody's asking for anything more difficult than like rum and coke.
Right.
I mean, it's a Saturday night at a club. Go fuck yourself. You don't like no fucking memos like mojitos at a club on a Saturday night.
She's being like Bill Murray. Like no matter what anybody asks
It's
for,
just
she's
whiskey,
giving them
whiskey,
tequila.
whiskey. Oh, tequila. That's right.
No one will ever believe you. Lane,
I do like that. That he does that.
Lane is working. Both bars are about equally busy. The Idaho, where are you headed?
Well, I kind of was just going to do my usual, just go in and kind of see. Because again, if it's not that busy, if there's not a lot going on, then I was going to go across town and check on the kids.
Okay. It is reasonably busy. There's a lot of people who are dancing. There's a lot of opportunities to socialize. So we will come back to that topic in just a second. Vic, are you just manning the door with Romano?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. When you get to Romano is a little tense, shall we say. He is not even being a little bit subtle about the fact that he is carrying like a full shotgun.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
If the tow truck guys come back, blast them in the face.
No, why are we locked and loaded like this in like a blue state? This is stupid.
Go, Vic.
So when he sees you, he's like, "Fucker's not going to get the drop on us again."
It's for sure. He's freaked out about. I would be too.
I hate to say it, man, but that shotgun ain't gonna save.
I was about to say, what good? Like, is it just to make you feel better? Because
Is it loaded with Skittles? I mean, what's up?
potato gun.
Rainbow, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's the rainbow, bitch.
when you say that it's not going to do you much good. Like his face kind of goes a little fish out. He's like shit. What do you mean it's not gonna? What do you mean it's not? What do we need? What is gonna work?
A lot more than you and a shotgun.
Carmine.
To be fair, Michael has started carrying a blade with him.
The Romano's like, I guess I should probably put the shotgun away.
Yeah.
You might be scaring some people, some actual customers.
Right? Like, what is this? A Texas theme bar? No,
Yeah,
no.
it's
Bye.
It's the NRA.
Oh,
Don't worry,
Okay.
there will be time for it.
he's so punny.
I'm sorry you guys live in the state I hate the most right now.
So do we.
And I'm sorry you have to live there.
We're little Florida now.
It's worse than Florida, man.
Let's not get on that. Let's move
Sorry,
on.
sorry,
Let's continue with the
sorry,
game.
sorry, I forgot.
Just traumatic shit in the last couple weeks. So, yeah.
Michael,
Female body. Really fun.
when you get to the club, Romano does gesture to the bar where Rob is sitting or Rob is serving, as to the gentleman who is looking for a job.
I really want to know what this gentleman looks like.
He is. If there was going to be a singular descriptor for this gentleman, it would be greasy.
Nah.
He is. He is very, very thin of build. He is wearing cowboy boots and leather pants and a latex kind of loose top. So it looks kind of like a polo.
What?
Okay, hold on. We have to backtrack because you've made a short circuit happen. Where we started with cowboy boots and leather pants, and then a latex polo shirt.
Loose.
Kind
What
of.
the hell?
I've
just
actually
more of a
seen an
like a-
outfit. No, I have actually seen an outfit like this on someone.
I have too.
Where's that shotgun?
Zach, do you remember Doug?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Neon cowboy boots. Oof.
So it's Doug. Doug is going to visit us.
So he is pale. His face is very angular, with flaming red hair and a goatee, no mustache. And he is on top of all of this is the gold. Like dude is like covered in gold chains, in a gold cross, like the big crusty kind with the diamonds.
Yes.
And
That's
he
the
is
best.
like he's got the grill, like with the diamond teeth and the fingers, like the big chunky bracelets and rings.
Does Idaho know him?
Ugh.
I wouldn't be surprised.
This is a bit offensive. It's not enough to trigger your bane, Michael, but
Oof.
your fashion sense is offended.
Well, he's wearing shoes and a shirt.
And I can tell his hair is red, even how greasy it is.
Yes, because it's like slicked back.
Yeah, but like, damn, that's some red hair.
Yeah, no, it's like
If it doesn't look brown when it's slicked back and that filthy, then that's some red ass hair. Is does the trim match the
Yep, he is. He would have
bright,
been a red
bright
hair.
orange
Yeah,
goatee
yeah.
with that. Oh, lovely.
Boy.
And it's like
Whew.
spiked. It's like it comes down to like a perfect point.
Hell
Oh.
yes. This guy's my new hero.
Oh boy. Okay.
You better hurry up and talk to him or I'm going to go up to him.
I mean, like, Michael, like, puts a shiver down his back, composes himself as as much as needs to be composed, and then like approaches him and he says, "Are you the gentleman looking for a job?"
Well, I mean, it's not so much that I'm looking for a job. I got a job, but I got something that I think you might be interested in.
Okay.
He's like,
It's a pink pony.
Is there some place that we can conduct business?
Then I like this is like second floor, right? Or are we in? Yeah, this would be the second floor.
Right.
I'd be like, I'd lead him to a booth.
So he slides into the booth and like spreads out like as much as possible, like legs open wide, like arms across the back of the booth. And even above, like the bass that is pounding from downstairs, like you can hear all of the jewelry like clattering against one another. Like you think to yourself, this is what it must have been like to be like walking around behind somebody in a full suit of armor.
Oh, so I thought like this is what it must have been like to fuck Mr. T.
Maybe this guy has more jewelry, like a lot more jewelry.
More grease too, probably.
How? Too much jewelry.
He's me, my people, we're always looking for places to do business. Your club's the hottest place in town right now. So I'm thinking you need somebody to hook you up with a little bit of supply.
And I'm sorry, who is your people and who are you?
He goes, my name's Slade.
Oh, Michael has all the difficulty keeping from laughing.
He says, as for my people, well, we're producers of what you could say premium content. Now, a lot of people in the club business, they like that premium content. He says, but people like you, I'm thinking you might want some of the extra primo content. He reaches into the front pocket of his latex polo.
Wait, it's not even see-through latex?
No. It's like trash bag latex.
All right, fine.
Not skin tight either, by the way. It's
Yes, loose. It's loose. It's loose.
Trash bag
It's
latex.
loose and trash bag latex. Got
this
it.
guy defies
On top of
physics.
the leather pants and cowboy boots and bright. Okay, so okay, I see what he. Oh my God,
He's on the primo stuff.
he
That's
is the primo stuff.
he is.
So what does he pull out of his pocket?
He pulls out a small sealed bag. And in that sealed bag are red tablets. He slides it across the table to you. And he says, now this is not something you can do. It says, but little birdie's been telling me that you've been trying to make inroads with certain groups of people here in town. This will bring them to your club.
Sash.
Spoilers.
Interesting.
Oh no, I perked up right away. I was like, mm-hmm.
Interesting. And what do I owe in return for all this generosity?
He goes, well, you're the big man. You're the Baron of West Philadelphia. All I'm asking for is a little bit of, you know, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. You cover my ass while I'm working here. Keep me out of, you know, the way of some pesky, you know, ivory tower assholes. He goes, you let me in the door every night. We do business. I kick you up 10%, no questions asked, and I keep you in party favors.
Hmm. Hmm.
I have to say, Slade, was it?
He goes, yes, sir.
You do make a tantalizing offer.
He goes, well, you know, I know that I'm not like you know, I'm not a full 100% kind of guy. I'm kind of halfway there, but the I'd like to think that if I had been a full 100% kind of guy, that if I had made it all the way there, that I would have been kind of the entrepreneurial type.
I feel that no matter where you would have been, you are the entrepreneurial type.
He goes, well, I would like to think so, and I will thank you for that compliment, sir.
Do you have a number I can reach you at?
He produces a business card and passes it to you.
He's like,
He,
I say, thank you.
he says,
Oh,
now if you're interested, I can even start tonight.
I was going to say I'll be in touch, but you have a trial run for tonight.
He goes,
Only
oh,
tonight.
he goes, all right, all right. Glad we're in business.
We shall see.
He says, now I don't want to step on any toes here because, you know, it's your establishment. I don't want to make a big scene here, and I know you know how that goes. So is there a place where, you know, that I might be a little bit more out of the way but still in the way? You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure you'll find your location. Tonight is just exploratory.
He
No
goes,
guarantees. We're just trying it on.
all right, let's do this.
Uh, Enjoy the party.
With that, he shakes your hand again. And when he shakes your hand, um, you imagine this is a little bit like what it might be to like be have your hand shook by Tony Stark. Not the brilliance, but the amount of metal.
Mm,
Um,
roll for damage.
basically, right?
and then he is gone. He is in the club, and he is out of sight.
And
Good
I'm
thing.
going to go ahead. I mean, like, considering that we all have radios once we get into the club, like, I think this is just going to be like an automatic thing. Just going to be like, keep a redhead, keep an eye out on Carrot Top. Leave him be, but watch his progression. Bejeweled Carrot Top. Oh my God.
Mm,
Fucking Christ.
mm.
Bedazzled.
The Jingle Jangle Man.
So, Idaho, you are in the club. what are you doing? Are you just kind of running through the crowd? Are you just kind of generally consorting?
Yeah. Do I see Dazzler?
When you were downstairs dancing on the floor, yeah, there's no way you would miss him. Um, your nose is kind of he's a dead giveaway. You can not only smell him and what he is. The other part about that is you can also smell what he's got on him. It is kind of a heady, intoxicating scent. Um, so it is not difficult to pick him out.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay. So bloodhounds can actually smell the product.
I would say so, given what it actually is.
So I can tell that he's carrying ash.
You think that's what it is, given your experience with Ruby and her floating before, and if we're going to be honest, um, Vic with his previous experience uh, with Alan, who is still downstairs, by the way.
And I can tell this guy is a dusk.
Yes,
Not a dusk. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dustborn.
He
That's what he-
totally,
oh,
yeah. That's he proclaimed it basically to me. He's
Yeah,
like, now
but
it's gonna work on me, but not on you. If I was like you, I would be like
Yeah,
XYZ.
Okay.
but yeah, you can. I mean, the Dustborn definitely smell different to bloodhounds, which we've discussed before. They kind of smell like they're halfway. They're like
Yeah.
a diluted kindred.
Well, I'm going to go up to
Diluted or diluted?
diluted.
In this case, this guy glued.
Yeah. Notwithstanding Slade's personal behavior, I'm gonna go up and introduce myself to him.
Or fashion sense.
When you walk up to him, he's like, "My man, what can I do for you? There's something I can get for you. You need something? I'm sure I got something for you."
Okay, that is way too loud. He is going to have to fucking dial it back.
Mm.
Holy shit balls.
So I'm gonna introduce myself and say I'm Idaho. Do you recognize me? Do you know what I do here?
Just have a little bit of class.
He goes, "Well, I don't know what you do here, but I do recognize someone of my caliber."
I said, well, I just got one question for you. Just one question. And where do you buy your clothes? I've got to know.
He goes, "Oh well, I mean, if you're talking about this grill is custom made. It's
Not the
like, I
grill,
had to
just
go-
the jewelry, the clothes.
oh,
'cause
God.
I need to expand my wardrobe, man. So where are you shopping? Where are you shopping?
He goes, "Well, I will." He goes, "I will hook you up. You come find me a little bit later. I will absolutely put you in touch because all of this is custom, baby."
Mm.
Oh shit! All right, awesome. Well, all right. So you know about the current situation in the city, though, as far as there's certain people in the tower that don't like you guys.
He goes, "Well, I mean, not everybody can love a player, but a player's gonna play. You know how it is." He goes, "But I already talked to the referee here. Referee said it's all right to get on the court. So
Okay, just keep an eye out. It's all right, man. Good luck.
he
This
goes,
is
"You
a
don't-
you remind him this is a classy joint, and the Masquerade is in full force, as well as like people standards of drug dealing.
Really
Jesus.
awful.
I'm
Like
willing
this,
to let him.
he's so
I
loud.
want him to dig his own grave. after he tells me his Taylor's number. After that. All right,
So-
I'm just gonna move on.
Alice, you see him when he comes up to the bar."
Yep.
Are you sure she doesn't see him when he catches the light?
Right. Just what the
That is-
hell?
that is
Walking
kind
disco
of
ball.
a thing. Yeah, he does give off with with all the lighting that Kai is putting on, and it almost seems like, you can't be sure, but it almost seems like the lights maybe are pointing at him a little more often than would otherwise be uh, maybe
He's a
normal.
walking disco ball.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
he does give that off.
Hell yes.
Like when
I
he
love this guy.
like when he's walking through the club, like he
Stealer.
sparkles. Like
Oh, so
all
he
of
is a
the
vampire.
Oh, he's a
like
little
with all
Twilight boy.
yeah, with
Yeah.
all of the metal and everything like that. Yeah, no, he definitely has a bit of a sheen. So he hits the bar, and very discreetly kind of goes to the end of the bar. Uh, he's out of the way. He's not anywhere in line. Um, and he doesn't. He's definitely eyeballing the crowd, but he doesn't ever talk to anybody unless they talk to him.
Okay.
Do you say anything to him, or are you just continuing to observe?
He can drink. Yes, like Ruby can.
Not all thin bloods are the same, so
Oh, that's true. That's
You
true.
can't
Okay.
offer him.
Yeah, I'll slide down, try to get the feel for this guy, and hope I don't shoot my goddamn mouth off at him. Yeah, I slide down and I'm like, would you like a drink?
he goes, I absolutely would love a drink. And he puts his hand down. He goes, I'm Slade.
Slade. I'm Alice, or Al if you care. Um,
Feed him.
what can I?
Feed
What?
him.
What? Oh, well, I've
said
got to get
feed
this
him.
drink order first. That way, I know he's gonna, hopefully sit there for a minute. So yeah, what's your poison?
He goes, do you have any youngling? I just need a beer.
We'll have Yingling in Philly for sure.
Yep.
That's guaranteed.
No,
That's
no.
everywhere.
Give him a shot of tequila. Isn't that what everybody gets?
Yeah,
It's
so
really-
I go ahead and slide the beer over and kind of lean in and yeah, I want to try to get a read on him.
So what exactly are you trying to do?
I guess for the moment I'm more or less going for intention because if he's trying to come up here and be sly about some shit but then get like dirty and underhanded, then
So okay, so you're attempting to
Like tap into your Malkavian, right?
well,
so
I know I have the senses, but that doesn't read the mind.
now you have premonition, so you could theoretically look and see what could be happen with him in the future.
Right.
The other thing you have is you do have, um, you could simply roll wits and insight on him to determine if you think that there's anything out of the ordinary, if there's anything.
That would be my first shot.
Okay, so you're gonna roll wits and insight, so that's
Yeah.
46, so 5 and 1.
Okay. Sorry, I'm on the slow. Okay. 5 and 1. Good luck, everybody.
Damn, girl.
Oh!
Every freaking time now.
So, what is now? Let's ask this question. What are you exactly attempting to gain insight about?
Like I said, mostly his intentions. Is he really just this dopey ass little drug dealer coming up in our club, or is he
Working for somebody.
we would,
have
just
completely different like subversive intentions.
read his aura kind of thing, if that makes sense.
So given what you perceive of him, just off the top, there are a couple things that you notice. One, all of that bling is actually real.
Okay.
So he is definitely carrying on his person a lot of money, at least in terms of
Assets.
I mean,
like
if we're talking about jewelry and it being a lot of money, then that's a lot of fucking jewelry because secondhand jewelry ain't that much worth.
um, but it's all gold. Um,
That's worth a lot of money.
it's all gold, and he's got at least a couple kilos on him.
That's a lot of money.
Oh,
That's not counting the diamonds, but he definitely comes across like every other kind of club dealer that you've ever run across. Um, he is very much, even though his personality, even in these very very brief bursts that you've seen it, um, comes across as a bit flamboyant, a bit out there. You can tell that it's all very very measured. His responses to things, his behaviorisms, his everything is measured for what he thinks the audience is looking for, given
Okay.
what given what
He
they see.
kind of a chameleon kind of guy.
But you
Bit of a con man.
don't get anything off of him that seems to be just watching him for a couple minutes while you're getting a beer. You're chatting with him. There's nothing about his behavior that seems like he's you know scouting the crowd more than a dealer does, or that he's attempting to game the system in some way, or that he seems like he is genuinely there to do what he appears to be doing.
Okay, well, at this point, I recognize him as being a dealer. I'm like, oh, okay, this is going on. Or have I been alerted by anybody else that?
No, you would have had the walkie on you.
Okay.
I would have, yeah. So you would have been privy to the announcement.
We have walkies now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I keep
And we
forgetting.
wear them every night.
I was good last week remembering it. Now I'm like, oh, you're so fun.
well,
Little-
hang
Yeah,
on.
so-
little shoulder things.
Yes.
Hang on. I need to ask a question then to clarify because earlier, Martha, you basically just said keep an eye out for sparkly carrot top. It was nothing like this is a new guy here. He's going to be selling drugs, and we're cool with that. It was just
That's
keep
why I
an
was
eye out.
double checking if I know for sure that fact, or because
Oh, I
that's going
thought
to
I said-
handle the
I
way
thought I
my
said something along
conversation
the lines
goes.
Of Carrot Top is cool, but keep an eye on him. Is it a test run or a trial run, or did I not say that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. You told him tonight was a trial.
you
No,
said
I
that
thought
to
I said that
him,
in the.
but
not to the.
so far there was nothing communicated as to what he's doing here or why to the rest of the group that I'm aware of. We've just been told to keep an eye out for him.
Well,
I
and
thought I said he was cool.
yeah, but okay.
But that still doesn't tell
Right.
us why he's here and what he's doing.
Now, Idaho, he's told you why he's there.
Yeah, I know now. Yeah. I was just clarifying that because Pix had asked and, just wanted to be sure we all were on the same page.
Got it.
So at this point, I do know that he has been in contact with Michael, so that's going to be my jumping off point. Yeah, so, heard you were talking to the boss man. How'd that go?
Well, I mean, I'm here. It's trial. Coach took me off the bench and put me on the court, so we'll see.
You like your sports analogies, don't you? That's cute. So, got anything special?
He goes, well, I mean, I got something special, but I think all the other special things that I got are probably going to be things that you're going to need to give to somebody else, if you know what I mean. Since I don't think that you're going to be able to take them yourself.
Okay, in this moment, Alice is connecting the moment she had with Ruby in the across the room.
So he has not, as of yet, produced any sort of ash in front of you.
No. But when
So-
he makes that comment, because I took one after that and it didn't do anything to me.
Correct.
So
But you also have done drugs in the past by drinking off of inebriated customers or things like that.
Yeah, he could be talking about coke. He could be talking about anything.
oh, I get what you're saying. Okay. I'm
And
already
but-
just inferring that he's talking about vamps, but I
And to be
don't know
fair-
based on the drug. Okay. Okay.
And to be fair, I think that's what Michael understood too, was that he has the primo shit, but he also has the super primo shit, as in like stuff for vamps too.
Well, stuff for thin blood.
Yes,
That's
he
Thin
has
blood.
ash.
that's what I mean. But like he has Ash, but he also has like he's like I have all the primo stuff,
Yeah.
like as in like I have the general regular spread everybody wants at a club, and then I have the other stuff that X plus like people plus
Yeah.
might want
Yeah.
at a club.
Yeah.
Okay.
PBR.
Well, then I will.
Yeah.
At this point, I
Um,
do I figure out that he's thin blood at this point?
you.
I don't have
would,
bloodhound, but
Yeah, you don't know yet.
okay.
Well, like, can I? I hate. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting, but I need to ask another question.
Sure.
If this is something that you can tell, I don't know. But Slade seems to know a lot about us. Like he knows we're not. He knows we're vamps, and he knows we're not thin bloods. So apparently, he's got some way of knowing. But we, in reverse, like Al is not equipped with some way of telling that he's a thin blood or a vamp or anything. Just to go on what she knows.
And this is kind of a meta discussion, but thin bloods are incredibly variable. Some thin bloods are look almost like kindred. They're cold. They cannot go out during the day. They can't eat food. Um, they are, for all intents and purposes, if you didn't know that they were alive, if they lay down and closed their eyes, they would look like a corpse. Some thin bloods are like Ruby is, where Ruby is, she has permanent blood running through her veins. She can eat food. She doesn't have fangs. So as a result, she looks, for all intents and purposes, and can act basically human. Um,
Okay.
so no, with thin bloods, and that's kind of, and again, this is kind of a macro view discussion that's about the character or about thin bloods in general, but this is part of the reason why so often the Camarilla sees him as a threat, aside from the Book of Nod, the coming of Gehenna, blah blah blah. But it's also the fact that they can sometimes pass as people. Some of them can walk in the day. Some of them can eat food, so they can get undetected into places that normal kindred could not, which makes
Okay.
them ostensibly a threat.
All right. Thank you.
So, Alice.
Okay. I'm gonna try to be real sly with him because I take him for being intelligent at his job, but hopefully maybe not so sly on my cues. But I'm gonna say so not anything I would want, but maybe some of my friends. Um I got off my track. Um so I've got a friend that's, really special. In fact, we're really close, and she's kind of like me, but kind of not. So, is that the kind of person you're talking about? Something special for that kind of person?
Well, I mean, I obviously I don't know who your friend is, so I don't know what their tastes are. He says, but I mean, I guess it kind of depends. Is this kind of like you know, someone who's gonna be taking a nap when the sun goes up, or is this gonna be, the kind of person who, well, while the rest of us are sleeping, they're going to be out, going to the mall and doing some grocery shopping. Because, I can go either way. He's like, you're looking for something to keep them up. I got something to keep them up. You need to bring them down. I can bring them down. He's like, you're just trying to, relax the mood a little bit. I can relax that mood a little bit or a lot. He says, but then if you're talking about, somebody who's, a little bit like moi, now me, I got refined taste. I got a refined palate. There's things that, that I can take that I like, but then there's things that I take that I love, so like I said, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who your
Do you just
friend.
have a menu?
He goes, no, because, if the 50-50 show up, then then I'm gonna be out of all my out of my product. And then and then
You're
obviously
50-50, huh?
he
So
goes,
you're saying your product, is there one particular product? Maybe there's a word for it. What was it? Ash?
when you say that, he looks around, and the salesman facade drops a little bit, and there's a little bit of nervousness. He turns to you and he says, "Let's let's table that talk for just a minute, because some people start throwing things around like that, and they don't know what they're actually asking for, what they're saying. And there's other people around who are looking for those kind of people who are saying those kind of things, causing problems. You know what I'm saying?"
Well, I will tell you exactly what I'm saying is that I may or may not have come across this product and have yet to find someone that can tell me more about it. And I thought you might be the kind of guy that had some of that intel.
He kind of looks around again, and he's like, "What do you want to know?"
First of all, what is in it? I'm not
He's
looking
like,
for a secret recipe, just what kind of cocktail are we talking about here?
he says, "You really want to know? I'll tell you, but it's something you might not wish you knew."
Hmm, you might not know me as well as you think you do, but yeah, I want to hear it.
You.
So this is okay. That explains a lot. Hmm. Now, of course, I'm sure you aren't speaking to me directly, but yes, I think I get your gist,
He says, "Now I don't know how they do it, because obviously it's not like you can, pick it up off the floor.
right?
So I don't know how they transmute it, if that's what you're asking for. I guarantee you don't want to know that." He says, "But from what I know, what I've been told, what little I've been able to put together," he says, "yeah." He says, "There's a lick out there. Maybe he doesn't know what's good for him. Maybe nobody knows him. Maybe she gets caught out in a bad situation. Somebody decides to stick something through her. And then they get a dustpan and they sweep her up before she's gone. And then they mix that all up. Now, people go missing all the time. People like you go missing more often. But what makes this such a deal, the older the dynamite, the bigger the boom. You get what I'm telling you?"
Oh, I got you, man. I got you. So then let me ask this. Considering I can't take it, obviously. What what's usually the high off of this? What's the I mean, I'm sure it's probably a little different for everyone, but there's got to be some pretty common side effects.
I think there's not. And that's kind of the kicker to it. Is unless you know what's in it, or shall I say who, you don't know what you get, which can make it a potential problem. You got somebody who, let's say, maybe they happen to be one of those. I don't know who they are. The wizards, the Harry Potters of the world. You know, you put them in there. Maybe you get to float. Maybe you get to walk on water for a little bit. Maybe you get to throw a little bit of a fireball. Because maybe you put somebody in there who looks a little bit like the doorman, and maybe you get somebody who gets a little bit roid raged out. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna fucking try to pick a fight? Maybe you
Mm-hmm.
put some. Maybe you put somebody in there, one of the, the depressed ones, the crazy ones. You put one of them in there. You know, maybe you get somebody who, seeing things, who hears things, who can see the future. So, but the problem with that is, unless you know what the batch you got is, it's a little bit like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? You hear what I'm hearing?
Oh, definitely. You're confirming a lot of my theories.
So he says, but there's a reason why this is such a big deal right now. With the, and he kind of looks around real quick and kind of leans in a little bit. He goes, with recent edicts being what they are. He says some people in the city, they're looking for a little bit of extra gunpowder for the fight. Some people in the city think that maybe they don't want the other people to be getting gunpowder, because where they're getting the gunpowder is also the soldiers. You get what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. It's been a very interesting conversation. I appreciate your openness and honesty.
I goes, I don't feel like I said too much, but I didn't feel like I said enough either. You know how it goes. But I will say this: the he looks you straight in the eye. He goes, "You know that we've been being listened to this entire time, right?"
Man, there are always ears. But I honestly
He
think
looks down.
you've revealed more than I have, so
He looks down the bar and looks at Ruby, who is doing everything that she possibly can to conspicuously not look anywhere near either one of you.
well, damn it, she's gonna ruin the fucking surprise. I'm like, Ruby, come here.
So she kind of slides down the bar and is like, "Hey, what can I get you?"
Yeah, what did you think you heard?
She goes, "I don't know. He's got the stuff, doesn't he?" She goes, "Okay,
Well, that's a simplistic approach, but yes.
She's like, "I mean, but he's got the other stuff too, right?"
Well, I didn't exactly inquire to his lesser potent offers. Ask him yourself.
She kind of turns her back on him and kind of leans in against you, and she's like, we could do what could do like the old times. We could get like maybe like an 8 ball or something like that, and then find somebody, and then they could get high. And
You've thought this through, my love.
she goes, "Well, I know what you like."
Meta question. So if I knew that I took the ash and that didn't work on me. I can't remember though if I attempted to feed off her to see if I could get the high.
You did try, and no.
Okay. And it fell. Okay. Just making sure that ash was out of the question. Yeah, look, why don't you run over to check on Lane's bar real quick, see if she needs help with anything.
Um, so you send Ruby over to Lane's bar just to double check.
Yeah.
Okay. Ruby seems a little sad about the whole thing, but she goes.
Yeah, so I go ahead and ask the guy. Um, I'm sure you heard her request there.
He goes, of course. He goes, you tell me. He goes, you tell me what you need to have a good night. I'll make sure you have a great night.
Why don't you let me get yeah, an 8-ball. You holding any Molly?
He goes, Molly married Jane. Gotta have a party.
Yeah. We get 5 tabs, an ounce. And what is the vintage of the ash this evening?
He goes, well, I don't know. I know it seems like a little bit of a thing, but don't do your own supply. That's kind of one of the golden rules.
Well, I wasn't sure if, each vintage had its own, wonderful little description like, those wine bottles come with.
Yeah.
But if it's supposed to be a surprise, I'll just give me one.
Fruity with a taste of foreseeing
Mm-hmm.
horrible event.
Possible side effects, flight, climbing the walls.
Age 50 years.
Wow.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Yep.
So he is a little surprised at I guess, shall we say, the veracity of your order.
He don't know how it is. He don't know what it be like.
But he says that he can absolutely make it happen. And he says there's some place that we could do this deal, as I don't think you want to do it.
We still have a green room, yes?
You do indeed have a green room.
Yeah. I direct him toward the green room and tell him that I'll be there in about 10. Meet me over there about 10. I'm going to get my bar covered.
He does indeed go.
All right.
And so Slade heads to the green room. This seems like this would be an appropriate time for everyone to head to the bathroom.
Bio break.
So we will take 10. We'll be back at 20 after.
And everybody, just to give you a warning, I'm going to go ahead and run that ad break while we're gone, just so that hopefully we get less ads later. So there will be that in there, and then it'll come back to the BRB screen, and we'll be right back with you guys.
Adios.
See you in a minute. All right, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us through the break. Grab some dinner. I'm going to get back to the story. Remember, guys, we are active in chat. We do see your messages, and we thank you all for lurking. Those of you that don't jump in the chat, it is still appreciated. All right, back to story.
Welcome back to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Philly by Night. So, when we left off, Slade and Alice were meeting in the green room for a drug deal. But we haven't talked to Michael in a bit. So, Michael, what are you up to this evening?
Mike, your mic.
You're muted.
The moment that you know, the living disco ball went downstairs, I would have done a quick sense the unseen.
So, okay. So, let us roll.
Yes, let us.
Let us roll.
That is going to be for Sense the Unseen. Your wits and your discipline. So 3 and 1. So 2 and 2. Since you're a little hungry tonight.
A secret.
So, the what you see immediately is that Brittany is sitting in a booth off to the side, kind of at the edge of the booth. So that way, if she needs to bolt to not be seen, but she's just kind of hanging out.
All right. Then I go ahead and go downstairs. Kind of like go into the bar.
So when you head downstairs, both of the bars are busy, not overwhelmingly packed, but definitely
Before I hit
making you money.
before I hit the last step and like lose like my height, I do another sense the unseen.
Okay, roll again. You don't perceive anything.
All right, I go hunting.
All right. So, your own club. So it's going to be 6 dice, 4 and 2. So, you do not find anything that is particularly appealing or appetizing. There is a hipster who tries to get your attention, but the overwhelming smell of Axe body spray, combined with his general clothing and demeanor, which makes him look like he wishes he was a model from like American Eagle or something like that, despite the fact that he is very, very obviously not. You don't even really want to try. It's just empty and vapid and awful. And then you feel a tap on your shoulder. And you turn around and Seb is there. his eyes are kind of bright, and he's like, "Wow, fancy seeing you here. I didn't think that this would be kind of your kind of place."
um, just momentarily taken aback. I immediately jump back into like the what would ever give you that idea?
He's like, "Well, I mean, you just don't really seem like the club person, I guess. I only really met you that one time, at the high life. I don't even remember how I got there, which is really funny. But, um, I didn't think that this would be your kind of place." He's like, "It's really cool to see you here, though."
Oh, it's
This ain't just my kind of place.
it's really interesting to see you here, and to be to be even more ironic. This is more than just my kind of place. This is my place.
He's like, "Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
Wow." He's like, "So you're kind of a big deal."
Only sometimes.
He's like, "Wow, that's really." So do you have like a particular bar that you kind of favor? That because I'm not drinking as much as I used to. I'm trying not to. But I'm out. I'm having a good time, so I figure maybe I'll have a little bit. So I mean, is there a particular bar that you favor here, or?
I'm glad to see that you're not drinking as much as you were when I met you. It looked like you were in bad straits.
He says, "Yeah." I mean, I don't want to talk about that.
We don't,
He's like,
no worries then. I would recommend, and I sent him to Lane's bar, away from drug dealer dude.
Seb takes the recommendation and gives you a big smile. And when he does, it's just for a second. It's just a flash. And it's all those years ago. And it's him. And there's blood everywhere. And you didn't mean to. You never wanted to. But you did. And then you're back. And he's right there in front of you. Smiling and dancing the night away. And heading towards Lane's bar.
And I try and put it away and turn and try and find Alice and check up on Disco Ball.
So when you go to do this, Alice and Slade are, of course, going to do their own deal at about this time period. So they're not where either one of them you think would be.
Okay.
Vic, at the front door. I've never served food in my life.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but he has practiced dentistry.
So, at the front door, the thin blood from the other night, from the grand opening, shows up. She's dressed a little nicer than she was that night, but she is very meek and is trying to kind of slide in without making a big deal.
She got shoes on.
She does in fact have some fairly nice sneakers.
All right, she fits the dress requirements. All right.
She has to be wearing 10 pounds of gold or she doesn't get in. That's the new rule.
The fact that she is meekly trying to enter and quietly means that she learned her lesson, and I'm okay with it.
Are you going to say anything to her, or are you just going to let her skirt her way in?
I'll say welcome back. Hope you have a good evening.
She nods, pays cover, very, very obviously wants to do anything she can to try to avoid any further scrutiny.
I'll let her in. No scrutiny.
Idaho. There's a bit of a lull. Club's bouncing, things going on. Of course, you've got the newcomer rattling around in your club. But there doesn't appear so far to be anything particularly, shall we say, pressing. So, would you attempt to? Is this about the time period that you would attempt to leave, or are you going to stick around?
Let me just throw it by you, sort of like in a meta or an OOC way.
Okay.
I don't want to diverge too much. I mean, because Idaho could always go check on the kids during a solo session or something.
Okay.
So I'm kind of leaving it to you. I mean, does it seem like it might be too much of a diversion to take me off on that much of a separate adventure, or what do you think?
So I will tell you this: the kids do not live anywhere near West Philadelphia, so this would be a pretty big excursion away from.
Yeah, I remember you telling me they were way up like in the Northeast or something.
Yeah.
Why don't we, without seeming callous about what could be a potential issue with the kids, maybe it'd be better to wait and do it like as a solo or something, so we don't take too much away from the main group.
Okay.
To be fair, you could also be bold enough to ask Michael and his lawyers.
Yeah, but I want to find out what's going on. I mean, it could be that the kid just wasn't happy and ran away and got into a fight. If that's all it is, then what do I care? If the step parents are beating them, then, there's going to be 2 dead people and they'll go find new foster parents. I mean, Idaho, I think, is capable of killing 2 humans. If not, he can just take Vic with him.
Duo session.
Say, Vic, let me just take like a little drop of your blood with me and I'll just put it on my tongue right before I meet those people and their heads will fly off.
But only if they're in the back of a van.
Yeah. Like, could you please step in this van? So otherwise, I guess
Free
I'll just
candy.
kind of continue to mosey around the club, keeping an eye out for the appearance of maybe someone that looks like Joan Jett, or if there's anything else that's kind of going on. I also kind of want to keep my nose out for opportunities. I don't know how close Idaho was, probably not close enough to hear. But when Al was making her plans with Chain Gang, that sounded exactly like something Idaho would want to do as well. Like get somebody high and then drink off of them.
So you would know that, but I mean, you have given your previous exploits. You've known guys like this before.
Yeah.
So
I guess at this point, kind of just keeping my eyes out for anybody that maybe fits the bill. But just doing the normal thing, just or I could try. What was the girl's name that he met when he went to the sex club? That was teaching him like the art of feeding, where you get like a little bit from a bunch of different people. Remember that?
Oh, the Angela.
Yeah, the one that was with Dickhead.
Yeah, with Royce.
Maybe I'll try that if there's nothing really pressing. Maybe I'll go to the dance floor or something. And what do you think? How would we handle that?
So what I would say to that is that you would roll if that is what you are trying to do. Then we would you'd make your normal roll for your hunger. but you're looking for a number of successes. So, for instance, if you're trying to do like your hunger's at a 2.
Yeah.
So okay. So if you were going to try to do that, then you're looking for 2 successes.
Yeah, I just want to. It's one of those things I want to try to do it and try to get better at it. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. I just want to kind of give it a shot. It sounds like it's fun.
Okay. So you want to try?
Yeah, yeah.
So okay. So 4 and 2. You could actually just use the last roll. Nice. So real heavy bass song comes on. Everybody's dancing. Everybody's grinding up on one another. You are like a shark. Go from one person to the next. You're grinding on somebody. You're using your nose. You're trying to find people who are perhaps maybe a little more intoxicated, maybe people who are a little bit on something, people who are going to be a little more oblivious. As you're moving through the crowd, it is easy. Pretty girl sees that face. She wants to get all up in your business. It's easy to put your nose to her neck. Just take a quick sip before she even realizes this euphoric moment is over. You've gone like a ghost through the crowd again. Find a cute guy. He's kind of grinding on the pole. You jump up there. You're grinding on him behind him. There's a big burst of light. Boom. Teeth are in. He's ecstatic. You get a mouthful. You're ecstatic. You're gone. He doesn't even realize what happened. It takes a couple time passes through the club for you to get your fill, but you do. And it is not as necessarily, shall we say, satisfying as one long drink, but there is something to be said for tasting, the resonance of somebody who is trying to, get over a broken heart, and then moving on and taking a quick snip off of somebody who is, their first night out at a club after spending a year and a half cooped up, and is living and loving their life, and then grabbing a nip off of somebody who's feeling anxious or maybe feeling angry about something. It's like I said, it's not necessarily as fulfilling as one long drink off of something that's satisfying, but getting kind of a smorgasbord of experience is more than worth it, especially when you feel your hunger decrease. So
Awesome.
Your hunger is at a 1.
Cool. I like that. I should.
Nowadays, we call those charcuterie boards.
Right?
Oh,
I think that kind of fits his style, working the crowd at a club or a party or something, and just little bits here and there. I like it.
While you are gliding through the crowd, you also notice that the crowd is a decent mix. It's still probably, let's say, 75% kind, but there are certainly a mix of kindred, things that are maybe halfway kindred. There's something else there too. You've never smelled something like this before. It is, shall we say, musky.
Ew.
And can I kind of tell where it's coming from?
So that is going to be a roll.
That's my chair.
That was great, Martha. That was good. I don't know. So with Bloodhound, we can tell kind of vaguely what somebody is, but we can't tell like I can't tell if it's a werewolf or a ghoul or a human or a vampire or.
So I would go so far as to say that when you are using Bloodhound, you have there's a couple of different ways that you could look at that. You have if you are looking for something but you don't know what you're looking for, then it's kind of then it's a shot in the dark. But if once you've smelled something or you have that scent in mind, it becomes much easier for you to pick it up. A great example of that was the session not too long ago when you had to use your Bloodhound to track down Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had been around her, you knew what she smelled like. It was easy for you to make those things. So we're gonna so if you want to attempt to, this is going to be fairly difficult because it is a decently sized club. There's a lot of smells, and you are attempting to kind of navigate through and pick up one individual one.
And this is a musky smell, and it's something I've never really smelled before.
No.
And it's so different that it doesn't even like tingle me like in a way where I'm like, oh, this is a human or this is a vampire. It's something totally out of the ordinary.
Yeah, this smell does not smell like any kindred or kind that you've ever smelled.
Well, before I start trying to bloodhound, I'm actually going to squawk over the radio and say something.
Okay, so what are you going to say over?
I'll say, my nose just picked up something out of the ordinary. I don't know what it is. I've never smelled anything like it. It's kind of musky. I can't identify if it's a person, if it's a vampire, or what it is. So I'm going to see if I can locate who or what it is. So just kind of put the club on yellow alert. I don't know.
Okay. So, for this, we're gonna say your wits and
Charisma? Persuasion. Something
wits.
else I have a lot of.
I would say wits and awareness.
I don't even. Let's see. Maybe I'll just rouse the blood 5 or 6 times. How about that? What's my wits and awareness?
So we have 3 wits, 3 and 2.
Well, it's not too terrible, but you know what?
So it'd be 4 and 1.
No, let's rouse that awareness.
Okay.
Just because I'm at a 1 and I don't like being at a 1. I want to try to be at a 2. I'm not down with that. So
there's more dance floor to feed off of.
There's more people. There's more folks out there.
So, you increase your wits by a little bit, so you're going to be 4 and 2, so 6. So it's 4 and 2.
All right.
Rerolling.
Now this is going to require a fairly high number of successes in order to be able to pick this person out of a crowd.
We'll see. Shit, and 3 of those are the. Well,
you can
I guess
you can just re-roll it.
Well, you tell me. What do I get with 4?
So with 4 successes, you kind of narrow it down to where you think, but you're not quite there. Now you can re-roll, and you can re-roll that 1 success if you want to try to make it over.
Okay. I mean, why not? What the hell?
Okay. Burn a willpower.
Damn it. All right.
So your nose, you're navigating through the club. You're picking up things. You're people who they've rubbed up on. It's distinct, then it's not so distinct. It is this really musky, kind of thick smell. You get towards the end of the bar, near Lane's bar, and then it just kind of drops off.
Well, then I'll again, I'll go over the radio and I'll say, I tried to find it. I couldn't find, I mean, I kind of have a general idea of the vicinity, but I couldn't find out what it is. So, you know, Vic, if you want to give it a shot or something, but there, you know, I don't know what it is. Could be nothing, but there's something in the club I don't recognize.
If you can't smell it, I doubt I will. I may have showed you the ropes when it came to Bloodhound, but you're the one doing elbow drops from the top rope now. Just from the amount of successes you have, I would have to rouse and roll all 4 success. Like I
Yeah,
only
it
have,
looks like it's like 5
I only have a
successes.
three dice pool in that. I really don't think.
So anyway, just to kind of let everybody know, and I'll kind of hang in the area because who knows, maybe I'll see something out of the ordinary. But anyway, that's just about as far as I'm going to take it at this point.
Yeah,
Vic,
since
oh,
I was
go.
gonna say he was over the wire, and I'm currently indisposed. But yeah, Idaho. Maybe my eyes can be of service later. If you can hopefully kind of keep in the vicinity, I'll wrap things up here.
Sure thing.
Vic.
I have a question really quickly.
Sure.
Would he have noticed the musky smell coming off of, let's say, the daywalker with the chains if it was him without having to do Bloodhound?
See, so just to clarify the question, would
Like,
he? So
Idaho, let's like make the giant leap assumption that this musky smell is the half blood.
okay.
If Idaho has met this half blood without using Bloodhound in that moment, would he be able to,
Okay.
when he does blow Bloodhound, remember that it was him?
Yes.
Okay,
I would.
that's what I was asking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
No.
I think it's always on to some degree, right? It's our sense of smell.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is
Okay.
somebody new, somebody he's never
You
met
have
before,
not met. Okay.
and a smell even with the time at the Navy base, even all this other stuff, never encountered this smell. And there
And
were
I didn't
werewolves at the Navy base.
And
There was-
Right.
I don't think, and I
I
didn't
would-
smell anything coming in the front door either.
That's a
Right, right,
good question.
Well, and worth mentioning, you would probably never have had the opportunity to smell the werewolf at the Navy base, given that they were when you saw them, they would have been in containment, and then when they were coming down the hallway, they would have been covered in an elder vampire's vitae. So you probably would have noticed that before you smelled anything else.
I offered to give him a lick bath, and he growled at me. I don't know what that meant. You know? Okay. All right. So yeah.
Vic, you and Hermano are at the front door talking, laughing. Hermano's showing you shit on his phone while you're waiting for people to come up. Guy comes up. You recognize him immediately. He is the guy who told Alice and you and Idaho to fuck off the night that you guys went to the Wreckers. He comes up, kind of puts his hands up. He's like, not here to start trouble tonight. He goes, I'm just here because I thought you might want to know that there's been a problem at the Wreckers. And I know this is supposedly your barony, even if they don't think it is, and we don't. But if you're actually really the Baron, then maybe you want to do something about this. I don't know. That's.
I'll radio into Michael. Hey, Michael, we got one of the wreckers out here. They say there's a problem that's gone on. They don't know if you'd like to talk with them.
He's so at this point, after he's told you about this problem at the Wreckers, like he's back. He's basically got his hands up and he's like backing off and leaving.
Well, what?
He looks like he's leaving, but he just came and delivered a message. He said there's a big problem at the Wreckers, and
Oh yeah, keep him here. I want to talk to him. What
if we
problem?
consider them in our barony.
Just don't let him leave.
hey,
be
hey,
right
come back.
there.
Hey, will you come back and talk to the Baron?
No, you get to grab him.
I'm not.
Does he respond to Vic or not?
No, he's so at this point he's already walked down the stairwell and he's leaving. So if you are going
Who
to
is
do
that?
anything to keep him there, then you're going to actually have to leave your post and go chase after him. Or you could send Romano to do it.
Yeah, the guy's a human, isn't he? He's not one of the two.
No,
The one that came.
it is not either Silas or Jonas.
Yeah, he's the one that they sent over to tell us to fuck off. He's just a regular dude who likes Nickelback.
I don't know. I still don't feel like restraining. It kind of seemed like he was trying to, reach out a peace offering. I hate to take a hostage net. Either extending an olive branch and we take a hostage. I don't know.
He also could be trying to lure us into a trap. I mean, who knows?
He could be, but
It's not paranoia if everyone's always out to get you.
Well, at this point, we've been kind of like, a little well-earned paranoia.
he's not sticking around. But he says there's something that happened at the Wreckers that we should check out. Was not very specific.
At this point, how close to the front would I have been?
So you were downstairs. Actually,
Right.
you would have been downstairs and having your post moment with Seb. So you are nowhere near the front door.
Okay.
Now you could theoretically go out the back door if you wanted to try to intercept.
You can blink again.
I will.
Rip his head off. Drink his blood to see if he's telling the truth.
I actually call up Sunny. I mean, not Sunny. Brittany.
Now Brittany doesn't have a phone, so
Right, but like whoever. I'm like, who has eyes on Brittany? Like, I go back up to where I saw her last. See if I see her.
She is still there. She is still kind of nervously sitting in the booth.
I'm like, I just go up to her. I'm like, hey, can you do me a favor?
Yeah, what do you need? What's going on?
Okay, first, above all, keep yourself safe. But there's a guy who just said there's something going on at the Wreckers. I need you to follow him, find out what the problem is, and call somebody as soon as you can. And I like, how would I give her? Whose phone would I give her?
Don't we have burners?
I was about to say didn't we have burners in the office?
Okay, yeah. So like,
So, but are you going to take the time? So the question becomes: Are you going to take the time to go all the way down to the office, get a burner phone?
No, one of the ghouls is using a burner phone.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna swipe somebody's.
Yeah, and just be like, here, take this for now. We'll get you your own when you get back. Text us with like what you see.
Okay,
Stay hidden, stay quiet. Let us know what he's talking about.
Okay, so just to clarify this, so Brittany obviously has no idea what you're talking about.
Right, and I grab her and I'm gonna take her to Vic. Sorry. So as I come upstairs and I find this out, and Vic's telling me he's already gone, and I come up the stairs, I do the thing, and I see Brittany. I'm gonna be like, I need your help. I need you to do this for us. We need you to find this guy. I need you to like figure out a situation. Vic's gonna let you in on whatever, and I grab a phone from a ghoul, and I'm gonna be like, keep us titled, and I like turn to Vic, and I'm like, tell her where the Wreckers are. Let her know what's going on.
Okay.
So Vic, what are you going to tell Brittany? You're just going to fill her like what the guy looks like, what she needs to be looking for,
Oh, I mean, if she's there to get information, she's gonna, I'd at least try to give her everything pertinent, like I mean,
The address.
why we couldn't tell her what happened while we were there too. Give her the. I mean, I'll walk with her for a little bit, give her the address. At least tell her, go this way, this way. Which approach would probably seem best.
At this point, I'm assuming she's still going to be hidden, and I guess I could like tell Vic that this too while she's not visible.
Well,
So-
is she? When she
I don't
starts
know, yeah.
moving, she's not obfuscated, is she?
She has unseen passage, so she can move.
So do I.
So Vic is walking down the street talking to nothing. That's awesome. Do it, man.
I have unseen
Yeah,
passage.
Don't do that. Walk down the street visible, talking to emptiness.
I was gonna say, I mean, have you ever walked down the street in a major city and seen people
Yeah.
just talking to them?
Yeah, they just have
All
AirPods
the
in their
time.
head.
I do it all the time.
It's just the AirPods. Just put an
No,
AirPod
I
in.
don't even have AirPods. I just do it all the time.
Okay, so Brittany understands, and she makes it very clear to you, Vic, that she's not going to attempt to do anything. That she's
Oh,
just
absolutely
going,
not.
She's just going to this place to try to see if there's anything. hinky going
Absolutely.
on.
I don't want you to put yourself in danger. Just see what you can find out.
So she's on her way. Alice in the green room with Colonel Carrot Top.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. C.
With the crack pipe.
It's so much. It's just it's so much.
He's the best
So-
character ever.
So when Slade shows up, he doesn't even look like he's carrying anything.
I mean, how could you even tell he was wearing a polo with all of those chains?
Pocket.
A little alligator peeking through.
The collar, popped collar. The
How?
See, he not
how-
2 chains, he 12 chains.
How would there be a popped collar on a neckline that's more gold than Mr. T?
I mean, he's more like 120 chains, but
Yeah.
so when he shows up in the green room, he doesn't even look like he's carrying anything, and he reaches up underneath of the chains, and you realize, Alice, that the chains serve a secondary purpose, that he is actually got something underneath of all of that jewelry.
Yes. He got a fanny pack, just like packed underneath. He just lean in there, unzip it, get his passport out. American Express, bag of Coke. He's good to go.
So he produces all of what you asked for, and also hands you a small 2 pieces of paper that are kind of wrapped, folded over one another, with what looks like a bright red lozenge in between. And he goes, you're not my first customer tonight, but you're my best customer tonight. So I've already wanted to hook you up. And he's like, so here's everything that you asked for. He goes, and a little something for your girly. He said, don't know what her tolerance level is here. Don't know if she's done it before. Would be remiss if I didn't tell you that maybe a crowded venue is not the best place.
Got it. Anything else I should know about this little lozenge?
He goes, nothing that I can tell you per se. He says, if you're asking about the origin, I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Gotcha. I hand him the cash and give him an elbow as an excuse to not have to touch him, to shake his hand, and lead him on out.
He gets out. He kind of does fake hat tip. He's like, "Pleasure doing business with you," and he is back out into the crowd, and he is like a ghost.
That's my boy.
What, Yoru?
So Alice, where are you going to go
So,
now? Because you are so just so everyone is on the same page. He is not giving you an inconsiderate amount of stuff, enough that if you were to say be handcuffed by a police officer.
No. No, I'm gonna go up to the office and stash it till it's time to count out the bars.
Okay, so you're gonna head down to the office, stash it in a. I guess you guys would have some sort of little personal spaces in there,
Mm-hmm.
and then you head back to the bar.
Yep.
Do you say anything to Ruby when you get there?
Yeah, I lean in close and whisper, "Just be on your best behavior tonight, and I promise you a generous reward."
don't tell Lane.
She is all smiles and gives you a giant hug and a big kiss, which of course the entire bar is whooping. Yeah, everybody's whooping and hooting and hollering. More than a few dollars go into the tip jar.
Gross.
Oh boy.
So
Let's see how many go into me and Romano go down there. I'm just
Hell yeah.
Oh boy. Woo!
Here's a roll of quarters.
what am I supposed to do with this?
music immediately changes to Pony to Jenny or Pony by Genuine.
Right.
So Michael.
You're on a roll, man. Wait till somebody's headset is off and then, hey, I need you. Get that mouthful and I'm going to talk to you.
We'll come back to that. I know. So what are you doing now?
Well, I was kind of hanging out in Muskie Land, but after I heard a little bit of the talk over the radio of a homeboy from the truckers showed up and said something's going down, I guess I'm going to kind of mosey my way toward the front just because who knows? I mean, that sounds a little like all hands on deck. Unless there's anything else, I mean, that.
Well, the plan was when I finished my deal that I was heading your way. I mean, we hadn't gotten past the kiss at the bar, but
that's right. I was so wrapped up now with what's going on at Ten Toes. All right, well, I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna, I don't know if it's worth or even possible to try to pick up on that scent again, but I'm gonna try to sit in that area.
You're gonna fluff the party in the meantime.
That's right. And so that Al can come over and maybe Al can pick up on something I missed. So I'm waiting on Al.
So you're waiting on Al. Vic, what are you doing?
I guess I'm still at the front door with Romano. Is it kind of dying down now? Like front door's kind of dying?
Yeah, it's it's late enough now. There's no more people who are coming in. Now it's mostly people who are just leaving or who are going out to get some.
Yeah, I would have been at the door too, making sure that you got her off all right and that she's okay in the meantime while you got back.
If it's dying down, then and I think it's time for me to try and feed. I need to go find somebody.
Okay, so
if Glitterstick actually did any of his job, you'll have plenty to find.
I like that name. That's a good one.
He's got so many great nicknames.
It depends because it depends on what they're doing. If it's all uppers, people aren't going to be asleep; they're going to be up and awake. So
I mean, it's not all uppers.
Yeah.
There's
All right,
there's
we'll see.
Just
There's
tap
also,
somebody on the temple and knock them out.
Molly is enough. Molly will kind of put you out ish, not really comprehensive or never mind.
Or so we've heard.
I reserve the head tap for MAGA hats.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
before anything happens, we just gotta see how he rolls.
So,
Yeah, how you roll, Vic? How you roll?
4 and 2. That's a real common roll.
Tonight it's all for two.
Yes, yes. You'll rip the door off and
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Oh, this was not the time.
yes.
Can I spend a willpower and re-roll those three?
Please.
So yes, you could in fact
Oh,
spend you could in fact spend a willpower to re-roll those three.
He's just gonna King Kong his way through the bar, just throwing
No,
bar
we just
stools, and
reopened.
throwing
We
things
just
over.
reopened. Things are kind of cool.
No, I think it's gonna be messy enough as it is.
So, re-roll 3. I'm assuming the 3 you're
that'd be
re-rolling are the 0, the 5, and the
I
4.
was saying okay. I'll do it. Fun.
Do it, man. My secret.
Oh.
Okay, so that brings the temperature down quite a bit.
Damn.
So,
I mean, we just remodeled, guys.
Nah, man. Splatterpunk. Do it.
so Vic, you are going through the club. You're having to boot some people out. Some people need to go. You happen to come across a guy. He smells like alcohol, maybe a little bit of something else. He is at one of the booths, and he's not passed out, but he is definitely on his way to being just a giant sack. So you grab him up, and when you grab him up and kind of throw him over your shoulder, like everybody who's kind of around is kind of like, "Oh shit!"
Bite him in the butt.
And
While he's over your shoulder, just.
so you throw him over your shoulders, you take him out down the stairs, you kind of walk him down the block to the alley. And around this time, people have there's nobody really around who's watching. So it's not a big deal for you to kind of dump him back behind the dumpsters, grab a quick bite, and leave him there slumbering. So you your hunger is down to 1. And you did not splatterpunk anybody.
Damn it.
That was close though.
Disappointing.
So, Vic, you're back at the front door. Idaho, you're waiting on Alice. Alice, what are you doing?
Yeah, I've wrapped up with Ruby, and I'm heading his way.
Okay, so you're heading towards Idaho. So, Michael, what are you doing now? You're up at the front with Vic, right?
I was up in the front with Vic. I made sure that she got her off okay. She knows what she's doing and to prioritize herself first. And then I guess yeah, I will also send her a text being like, "Come back if you don't feel safe." And then I go downstairs and see if there's any I don't know, sorority girls. It's like school just kicked off, so see if there's a group of girls or boys or young college kids still schlepping around.
Okay, so you're going to try to hunt again.
Yes.
Okay, so 4 and 2.
Yay!
So you find a guy who is dressed and not has a similar demeanor to Chris Rock's character from The Fifth Element.
Oh Lord,
Chris Tucker.
Yep.
Yes.
Chris
Chris
Tucker.
Tucker. Turn him into a vampire. Are you kidding?
Kind of want to.
He needs to like MC the club every night. Oh my god, that would be
It
awesome.
would have been a very different movie with Chris
Green?
Rock.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it would have
would.
been.
So,
Green? What do you mean? Great.
Super green. It must be green.
so he is all over you. He is all about you when you come up on him, and he is when you make moves on him, he is into it. He is all over you, and he's a little sloppy. It's a little all over you, but when you sink your teeth
He's
in,
young enough.
and you realize that he is definitely on maybe a little ecstasy, maybe a little cocaine. It is a potent mixture in his blood combined with a resonance that can only be described as wild. So how much do you drink?
I'm at a what, a 3?
You're at a 2.
Yeah, I'll drink back down to a 1.
All right. So
Probably get pretty loopy for the rest of the evening.
you are not what I would consider loopy, but you are definitely in a good mood, let's say. So everyone is now hunted and is kind of grouped up. So now, what is everyone going to do? Are you guys heading to the wrecker to investigate?
Al's coming over to
There's
me,
still time.
and I guess we're waiting to see if girlfriend texts us about what she sees when she goes over there.
Yeah, I
mean,
was
the
I was
moment
gonna
would've
go
fed,
over.
I would have the thing and
So you get a text message maybe 15, 20 minutes later, and it says, "This is really weird." She sends a picture. There doesn't appear to be anyone at the wreckers. The front gate to the wreckers is closed. She's taken a picture through one of the side slats, and there is a not insignificant amount of blood that is on the main driveway.
come back home. Now.
She types back, "Okay."
I share the picture with Vic and Al and Idaho. Be like, there's probably like this looks like a problem. Any vibes? Do you get any vibes off it, Alice?
I mean, off
So,
of a text message.
Yeah.
I mean,
the image,
no, nothing
because
like
it's like
not through electronics. I'm sure if I was there, then that could happen. But I wanted to investigate Mr. Muskie over here. Use my sight unseen. See if there's anything.
to be fair, the club does close like around 2 in Philadelphia, so we still have time until the morning, especially since nights are getting longer now.
That is true.
Well,
So-
also, are we actually close? Are we getting close to closing? Are people leaving?
The club is definitely winding down. I wouldn't say that it's close to closing quite yet, but
Just kind of a trickle.
yeah, it is definitely. It's people are leaving. The music on the dance floor is kind of winding down.
Is musky smell still around?
You're not smelling it quite so much.
Is there pee on the floor? Is it werewolf pee? Anyway, okay.
I mean,
well,
there's club, so that answer is yes. But
oh, now come on,
I mean, he's not wrong.
come on, come on.
He's not wrong.
We have a
remember the
higher
rivers
class
from-
client. Come on.
I was gonna say, don't you remember the rivers from the bathrooms and Numbers?
Oof,
Christ.
oof. I mean,
Why
I'll
do
go
I
ahead
feel
and,
like Numbers was like a really bad place
That was
and
awesome.
a really good place at the same
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I
that
can
was a-
go
that
ahead
was a
and
very
try my Sense the Unseen, and
Well, I'll also let Al know. I'll say, well, for what it's worth, I really don't smell it as much anymore. I don't know if they're still around or not, but
it's worth a shot.
Okay, so you're gonna try
Roll.
Sense the Unseen.
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna be your, I believe that's your wits and aspects.
Sounds right.
It is in fact wits and aspects. So for you, Alice, that's going to be 4, 3, so 6 and 1. It's not an inconsiderate pool for you.
Good luck, everybody. Oof.
Yay.
You don't see anything.
Yeah.
Reroll
No.
3 of those.
That.
there may be nothing to see.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't want to waste that roll necessarily. I mean, I guess now that you've smelled it this time, it's just something to keep a nose out
Yeah.
for next
I
time.
mean, the bloodbath at the wrecker seems a little more like a priority right now.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Vic, go. We're right behind you.
Well, I mean, shouldn't we kind of let the ghouls and the team know they need to close down
Yeah.
shop for us?
Yeah.
I was just kidding about Vic leading the way.
Well, I'm actually I don't lead the way because I sit in the back of the vehicle. Someone, I can't be in the front.
All right, so what are we doing, boss? Are we telling the ghouls that we're gonna check something
Yeah.
out, or are we just gonna let the 10 toes dry up because they should have joined us in the first place? those
I'm going to tell
jackasses?
Kai to wait for Brittany and make sure that they're both situated the moment that that she gets back. Let the ghouls know that everybody's got to close up shop, and we're going to go investigate something that might be up. Have phones at ready in case we need backup.
She gave him a dossier, okay?
I'd hate to be the backup for 4 vampires.
Hey, an exit is an exit. Sometimes you
Oh, I got
just
you, yeah, yeah.
need.
Somebody just show
Say,
up with the car.
If the 4
Yeah.
vampires can't get it done, I don't want to go try to do it.
All right.
Like, if we need them to do something while we're there, they're gonna have to jump too.
Yeah,
Keep the phones at the ready.
let's take the Hertz.
Hold down the house.
I put some hydraulics in the Hertz, so that should be fun.
So, you guys head to 10 Toes Wreckers. When you get there, the front gate, which is just a kind of like a, fuck, I cannot think of the
Long fence.
type of fence. It's the flimsy, just chain link fence.
Yeah.
Basically,
Long chain link.
those doors are closed. There's a padlock on them. But even out here, all of you can smell the blood. And it's not just human blood.
Ooh.
Anything else tickling the bloodhound sense?
There's somebody here.
Who's not dead?
There's very not dead. And your nose definitely knows who it is, but you cannot put 2 and 2 together on who it is. It's a smell you know you smelled before.
Samantha, isn't it?
Farm.
I doubt it. But I don't know. I mean, unless I'm getting a clue, that's the only clue we've got. Smells familiar. but
Can you roll
can't tell
again?
who it is.
I would like to do a sense the unseen.
So you guys are standing outside.
Wait, we'd have to go
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Are you just checking the outside? The street
Yeah, from
outside?
the out. I'm gonna be doing sense the unseen as we go along.
Okay. So since the unseen for you will be, you should really just have like some sort of thing on my screen to tell me exactly what it is.
Last time it was 4 and 2, so I would assume that it's like 4 and 1.
So it's your wits
I wish the dice
and
worked on them.
your wits and aspects. So it's going to be, actually, do they work? 1 second. No, never mind.
I think the last time I tried doing it, didn't do anything.
Hold on 1 second. Does that work?
Yeah, that worked. Sense the unseen.
Yeah,
Huh?
that did.
6
That in fact
and
worked.
4.
So, so would you like to let that stand, or would you like to roll for yourself?
I'm gonna roll for myself.
Okay.
Just to be fair. So it was like a 3-1. Okay. Ready and
Nice.
No?
You don't see anything that is out of the ordinary, shall we say. You don't see any nos that are creeping in corners. There's no glowing sigils. But one thing that does tend to kind of come into focus when you are looking for things is the absence of any sort of lights. There's no the street lights that are out on nearby are out. There are no lights that are coming from the Wrecker building. There's no lights that are coming from anything. The entire area
pitch black.
is blanketed in darkness.
Oh god. Fuck. I will point this out to Vic and Idaho and Al. Be like, anybody else see that there's not a light
Yeah.
to be seen?
And I will point out what my nose picked up, that there's somebody alive in there. I mean, are we going to go in or not?
I'm going in.
So here's the question.
Get my brass knuckles ready though.
How are you actually going to get in as the front gate is locked? Are you going to kick your way in, or are you going to hop the fence?
Is it a padlock?
It's a. Can't
We
he
have a
crush
Vic.
that to sand?
We have a Vic.
Is that
He
even a
can just
roll?
pull it. He can just pull at it, and it's a broken padlock or a broken chain link. It's really
But again, it's how does he want to go about this?
Yeah.
grab the chain and
he
the padlock.
could
And
theoretically
It's-
just throw you guys over the fence.
Yeet.
yeet. How do you get around? Oh, we get yeeted.
So okay, guys, there's a bloodbath in there. Eventually, the cops are going to know there's a bloodbath in there. So, do we want to break the lock, which means there's going to be a broken lock waiting for the cops, or do we want to get in another way?
At the same time, though, we need to have a quick escape. So
Whatever works.
I'm just throwing that out there, Vic. It's whatever you feel like doing, man. I've been yeeted before. Nothing new to me.
But if I yeet you, I can't eat you back over because I'm not eating myself.
That's why I brought up the fence.
Well, I mean, break the lock, or we can do a quick walk around the perimeter, see if there's another way we can get in.
Just break the lock.
Or it's a chain link fence. You guys can climb a chain link fence.
Yeah, I
Can
probably
Vic
could
climb
jump
a
over
chain
it.
link
Can
fence?
Vic,
or will
though?
Vic
Could that
make the
hold
whole
him?
thing, like,
Yeah,
the
but
last?
let Vic climb it
Like,
first, and
let's
maybe
be
we just walk
like,
in.
let's be real. Like, yeah.
Just
You guys just walk over me as I'm.
we'll just walk over Vic.
And Vic
Yeah.
tries to give himself a bit of a like start and just like hops on it and
I
takes
mean,
the
will that
whole
chain
fucking
link
front
fence,
with
will
him.
it support Vic's weight?
I mean, Vic, despite all the jokes, does not weigh more because he is.
Okay.
I I mean, we say that he's quite large.
So the laws
How
of
large
physics
is
don't
he?
work for him. Is that what we're saying? That he's changed the gravitational context? Or
It has
constant somehow?
limited VIX entry to places, and now it's not coming into play.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Storyteller. Yeah.
We just want to
Vic
get
has
things.
limited Vic's access.
All right, what the hell? Let's just climb the damn fence and get on with it.
Yep.
Okay, so do you all climb together, or is this a one by one with somebody looking out, or?
I can even give people boosts. I'll be the last one over. Probably be easy, faster for me to just kind of like one hand people up over.
Yep. Sounds good to
over the
me.
top.
I'm
I
in.
can
Let's go.
I've got soaring leap. I can just jump over it.
Then do it. Show off.
Okay. I'm gonna jump over. Do I get to roll for that?
No, actually, because Soaring Leap is based on space. It's not based on your Soaring Leap 264. I think it's just straight up it might be a rouse check, but I don't think so.
I had to roll for when I jumped across the roof, but I guess that was because I was going across a roof, and you made me roll for the land.
Yeah, I was
Hmm.
rolling.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you
it was
were
like 40
rolling.
You were
because-
dropping like 40 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a little different there than just hopping.
But this is just hop a fence. Boom! I'm over the fence. Let's
Okay,
go.
so hold on, let me because there is
Freedom.
actually a length requirement here. So Soaring Leap, it's free. There's no rouse check. User can jump a number of meters equal to 3 times their potence and 5 times their potence level horizontally. So 3 times your potence, 3 meters. So
certainly
you have 2. So 6 meters.
meters.
Yeah, this is not even a question for you. You're like fucking Superman if you
Hell
want to
yes, yes. Jump right over.
be. You don't
I
have
can-
featherfall, so the landing on the other side is not nearly quiet. So you jump.
I can leap short fences in a single bound.
So Idaho, do you look around and make sure nobody is about to watch you fucking Superman this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I assume that. Yeah, if there's other like regular people walking around nearby, that changes everything.
Okay. So you turn around, you walk up to the fence. You kind of fake it, make it look like you're trying to climb it. But to anybody who's even looking at this doesn't look like you climbing. This looks like you fucking defying gravity and just fucking over the top where you land. Now, Idaho, you're the first one over.
Oh, geez.
So when you land, the darkness is here. There's shadow, like you can still see the shapes of things. You can tell where the cars were. You've seen this before, but it is a vastly different place with the lights out and no Nickelback playing. It is actually maybe even a little creepier.
Well, I have my phone. I'm gonna turn on some Nickelback. Shit, you kidding? I mean, I can use the light on my phone, right? I mean,
You can indeed.
well, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so you turn on your light. As the other people start to come over, one by one, the first thing that becomes very, very obvious is that the blood is still very fresh. It is not congealed. It is not. It is very, very fresh. The other thing that becomes very, very obvious is the amount of blood means that this is not just one person. This is a lot of blood.
Do we see like any? I'm sorry, guys. There's like more work going on in the apartment, which makes no fucking sense at 8:30 at night. So if you guys hear a drill, I'm really sorry.
Don't hear that.
No worries.
Do we? I mean, now that we're inside and we're in the vicinity, I'll go ahead and do Sense the Unseen as well.
So, roll for Sense the Unseen.
Am I still 5 and 1 or?
It will be for you. I don't know why I'm looking at Michael's page. So it'll be 4, 3, so 6 and 1.
Oh, 6. Okay.
So you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Again, once you've kind of um, used those senses to kind of reach out, um, it's not so much that you can see that there's something that's not there. There's something invisible. There's no wards. There's no Nos hiding in a corner or something like that. But the darkness, like there's no lights that are on. Everything is just turned off here. It's to the point where it doesn't make sense. Like there's no hum of electricity, the air conditioner. There's no hum of the air conditioner in the back. Like this is like a weird little blackout.
It feels like a trap.
I want to leave the Shaw place.
You want to do what?
I want to leave the Shaw place.
Yeah, this seems like exactly up Shaw's Avenue, like to completely black out an area and lure us there with the body or blood or victim or whatever. The only thing that doesn't make sense right now is why the one guy was the one to come warn us. And where the hell is he? But we're not going to get those answers standing here in the shadows.
Well, what do you guys want to do? I mean, we're here. Are we going to investigate or are we just going to leave? I mean, I'm shining my light from my phone everywhere to see if I can see anything.
You do not. So, are you like actually like flashing the light everywhere? Or are you keeping it like on nearby?
I'm basically like slowly like panning the area, trying to see if there's anything I can see.
So there's one thing that you do see is that even the garage is pulled shut. Like previously, last time you were here, all of the doors on the garages were open. People were working on there. Nickelback was blaring. Tonight, nothing.
Is there a visible fuse box?
Not that you can see. Not on the outside.
Looks like we might have to open this door.
I mean, it's up to you guys. We can not investigate and find out tomorrow. You know, one of the ghouls can come here during the day and maybe there'll be a police report or something, or we can go look. What do we want to do?
Okay, no. Your little butt.
I don't know.
I mean,
I smell somebody out in here that's still alive.
yeah, but who is it?
I don't know. It smells familiar, but I can't put it together. So for all, it could be one of the other. I don't know.
Is Vic inside?
So we're basically just having these conversations while we're standing there, right?
I'm assuming that you guys are not, in fact, having these conversations, and that this is kind of a meta discussion.
Okay.
It is. It is.
How many familiar scents do you know that use darkness like this?
Now, so worth mentioning, there's nothing about this darkness that is indicating that it is anything other than just darkness here.
Like just that the lights are all out. Like maybe the power was cut or something.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, well, maybe we can find a fuse. So I'm gonna actually kind of whisper it, I guess, to try to retain some level of subterfuge and say maybe we can find a fuse box.
I guess we should split up. A bloodhound to unseen.
Okay, boss.
You know that's a bad sign.
Safety in numbers, but okay. Come on, Al, let's go.
I don't know. I felt like going all Scooby-Doo with it all of a sudden. Okay, leave me alone.
Oh, I'll do it for an Idaho snack.
Come on, Scaggy. Come on, Scooby.
So what are you guys gonna do?
I guess
I would also like to see do a. All right, let's explore a little bit.
All right, how are we splitting up?
Are we splitting up? I mean, are there two different paths, or is there just like the
I don't
one?
know. It does. I'd imagine the place is not that huge, but the
Mm.
boss said split up. So
It is. So to give you guys kind of a sense of how large it is, the entire place is probably, let's say, 50 yards across, like 50 yards wide, and it's probably about 75 yards long. But there's also a lot of broken down pieces of shit everywhere here.
It's a chop shop, right? Like it's just metalworks.
Yeah, it's a bunch of broken down cars.
all right. Well, whatever you guys want to do.
And what did hey Vic, what did the guy say? Did he say anything specific?
Not really. He just said that this took place in what some would consider our turf, so we should be.
Well, let's head towards the bloodbath, see if we
sat
can
on-
pick up a scent there.
You sat on the volume.
Yeah. So this scent that I smell that is familiar, that is someone alive. Am I able to pinpoint where that is?
So the smell is further in, like maybe towards either the garages or maybe even behind the building.
All right. Well, I'll relay that to the group.
Well, then lead on knows.
Okay.
So before we go any further, what is the organizational? How are you guys walking? Are you guys like single file, trying to narrowly dodge through? Are you guys walking four abreast? Is Vic like carrying two of you on one arm and one of you on the other arm and like strong manning it through?
Actually, seriously, I'm gonna look at Vic and say, Vic, are you picking up this scent?
Am I the only one? First of all, am I the only one with the firearm?
You might.
Yeah, I definitely have like lots of blades because of the blink and the blade.
I would say so. You have brass knuckles. Michael has the blades. Vic, are you carrying?
If I would have had access, I'd have a handgun at least.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's
you
what I'm
have a
talking
handgun.
about. I have a
Take
little
that
pistol.
friggin'. Why didn't you bring the shotgun, man?
Because you mean the
No, take Romano's
Yeah,
shotgun from him.
shotgun. Yeah, that would have been handy.
You know he would not have been able to sleep without it tonight.
It ain't sleep time yet.
Little teddy bear just snuggled up right to
Romano
it.
Okay.
needs to sleep with his shotgun.
Exactly.
It's not sleep time yet.
Idaho.
What are you guys talking about? I don't have a
He's a
gun.
fool.
Hell no.
Maybe he's exhausted.
Old.
Okay, so how are you guys navigating the?
Well,
So
that's what-
Idaho, yeah, like Vic, do you smell this thing too? Because
So-
that plays a part.
So Vic, you can smell something, but you can't identify it. It's not
Okay.
something that's familiar to you.
Okay, then I would say Idaho takes lead, me and Alan in the center, Vic in the back, single file when it's narrow.
I'll bring
and,
up
like,
one thing.
diamond formation.
I can
as
move
we
in
have
darkness. So would it make sense for me to try to sneakily, stealthily go one way while you guys kind of edge the door?
Well, the whole idea was that like if we were splitting up, it would be like dangerous.
I agree with that. I'm not saying I would go far from you guys. Just stay in a way that. Anyway, it's fine.
There's no harm in it, right? Just do it.
I mean, at the same time, I offer that up, but I can't. Me personally, I can't visually get where things are laid out. So whatever path we're heading in, I'm not
So,
quite
yeah,
sure what meeting around would be. At this point, I just want to be second or third.
That's what I was saying. Like we go single file in the narrow places and then spread out into a diamond formation in like the more open air spaces, and that way you and me can like scout out the sides and do sense the unseen's, and then when we have to get narrow, we collapse back into single
Okay.
file, where it's Idaho, Al, me, and Vic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, I think that's let's do that.
Let's go.
Okay, so you guys are
You
headed
know, I'm
towards.
Idaho.
You
I'm gone.
guys are
I've been
headed.
gone.
You guys are heading towards the garages then.
Wherever the scent is leading.
Okay. So when you guys get towards the garages, there's still, as you get further away from the gate, it feels like things are kind of even darker back here. Alice. You hear a whisper. It sounds like a very timid, very small child. In the back of your mind. And all it says is, better in the dark than the light.
And is it a voice I recognize, or it's just in the cobweb?
Just in the cobweb.
Yeah, Michael, I get the feeling that there's yeah, there's definitely a reason that all these lights are out, and it's not just, to save electricity. I don't know, I get this feeling in the back of my head that something just isn't quite right, that it prefers the darkness.
That it prefers the darkness, whatever it was that attacked?
No, just the voices in my fucked up crazy head are just saying that it's better in the darkness, not the light.
Oh, like it could be better for us to be in the darkness.
So, you guys are outside of the garage now. What are you guys going to do? Are you guys going to try to circle around the back of the building and try to look back there? Are you going to attempt to open the garage doors?
Well, do I get any sort of a idea from the scent of is it 20 feet in front of us? Is it around to the back? Is it
Nothing like that. The smell is definitely stronger here for you though, as you're closer to the garage.
Well, I mean, the garage may not be the only way in. Is there anything else noticeable?
I mean, there's an office next to the garage. That door is closed. All of the windows the blinds are turned.
Lord. Well, what do you guys think? Go through the office door?
Could try it, see if it's open
Let's do it.
or unlocked.
So when you get up to the door, it is locked. Now, it is not a particularly substantial lock. It feels like it's just one of those churn metal locks. You could probably force it if you wanted to.
Okay. I guess. Anybody think I shouldn't pop the door open?
Not me, do it.
Pop the door open.
So
Is that a roll?
no. So when you basically push on the metal bar, there is a click, and you can feel the door, the metal fastens come off. Inside, once you pop that door, the smell of blood is overwhelming.
Wait,
Good thing we all
somebody
just
painted the fucking walls in here.
Awesome.
There is when the door opens, the blood, like it's pushing a pool of blood as the door opens.
Let's go for a
Like
swim.
the entire interior of the office is just. It looks almost comical. There is so much blood here.
Quentin Tarantino was up in this bitch.
Like it doesn't even look like a horror movie. It looks like the aftermath of the scene from with the elevators in The Shining. Like it's not even realistic.
Yeah, like it's too much freaking blood here for the amount of people we know would have been here. I mean, come on. And we still haven't seen bodies or body parts or anything like that.
That's very true.
This is some weird ass shit. Go ahead, Vic. We're right behind you, big dog.
You know how hard it is for me to find shoes this big?
So yeah, I mean, so we've opened the door now and there's a weird pool of blood inside and it's starting to seep out, right? Is that the kind of the idea?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna shine the light in there.
It's red. It's a lot of red.
But no people, no fuse box, no nothing else?
No.
Not even any organs or anything, just blood.
Mm-hmm.
What about the smell of the person that's not dead?
You can definitely smell them. They're nearby.
No hear, no nothing, no, can't hear anything?
No, don't hear anything.
Fuck it. I'm gonna say, hey, who's in there?
There's no response.
All right, I guess it's time to leave, guys.
Oh boy.
There's a lot of blood here. This looks very haunted. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yeah.
Deuce.
And can we tell, is it human blood? Is it vampire blood? Is it alien blood? What the hell?
This smells like human blood.
Oh.
And fresh. I mean, I'm at a hunger of 2. Can I dive in?
You're in a hunger. Oh, you are back at a hunger too, because you.
Yeah. I roused for that super awesome awareness. So how deep are we talking here? Is it like an inch or is it like 6 inches? What are we saying here?
Like the blood? No, it's not inches deep.
It's just like tacky everywhere or something?
Yeah, it's just covering everything.
Oh, yum. All right. What the fuck? I'm
Okay,
going in.
so let's think this through.
I'm already in.
Definitely human blood. No body parts. We haven't seen the other 2 guys tonight, so we don't know what their involvement is if we're not smelling them. Let's what are some other clues here? I mean, we do know the only person that is at home in the darkness is Shaw, which could explain why.
Wait a minute. Is this a meta discussion or are we really talking in game?
I'm in game here.
Okay.
We're having a powwow. We're trying to piece it together.
That is not true. There is another person we know of who likes the darkness, the Scourge.
And Knox said that
yeah.
was familiar to Idaho, but not familiar to me. So this is someone that Idaho.
I had forgotten about that. You're right. Okay.
And I've interacted fairly closely with the Scourge, but I mean, and there's somebody still in here who won't respond to us and isn't attacking and all this. I mean, what the hell? Let's just go. Fuck it.
Michael, what do you think?
You muted.
So, what's it called? Yeah, I guess it's now or never.
Let's do it.
So you're gonna head through the office, like into the garage, or are you gonna go back out and then go through the through the garage doors?
Oh, hell, we ain't going. No, well, let's go. We open this door. Let's go. Garages are too noisy, man.
I mean, like, this is footprints in the mud, but yeah, let's do this. Sure.
Let's wade through the kiddie pool.
Let's do it.
So
let's make instantly drying footprints in the already congealing blood. Yes, let's do this. Let's get all trailed up.
So
let's get our shoes stuck in the blood.
Yeah, let's leave our fingerprints everywhere. Moisten hair. for the cops to find later.
As you go through,
Is it really the only way we can do is go through or around?
like I said, you could go to the front and go to the actual garage.
Try lifting the garage door and see what happens.
Yeah, 'cause there's no power to do it. It's on a power
Yeah.
lift.
Do you guys want to go back around? I mean, I thought we opened this door so we could go through this way, but y'all want to go back to the garage?
I still want to mess up my shoes.
Take them off.
Michael sighs and like kicks off his suede loafers and rolls up his pants.
Mm.
Lets
Right.
the blood squish in his feet.
I'm hungry.
Somebody's gonna have a fetish. So you guys head through the office.
Sure.
Guess
Keeping
so.
I'm still panning with my light, trying to see if there's a fuse box or something.
So
I mean, do we even see light switches?
there is a light switch that is in the office, like near the door, but when you flip it,
Okay.
it doesn't come on.
All right.
As you head into the garage from the office area, the only light is your phone. When you shine the light, you see that giant engine block that was being on the chain that was being worked on the engine block itself is just sheared. Metal is just all sorts of fucked up.
Damn.
Two of the pipes that are coming out are basically set out kind of at a V. And on each of them, impaled, are one of the two kindred. In the room, in the garage, there are bodies everywhere. Some of them have been disemboweled. Some of them have had their wrists cut. But the notable one is the one that is hanging, that is gasping for breath. He is short. He's kind of wiry, covered in bruises and oil. The chain is wrapped around his neck, and he is hanging, gasping like a fish from the roof of the garage. And he's been there for a minute because the chain has cut into his neck.
But he's not dead.
But he's not dead.
Vic, can you get him down?
Could try.
I mean, how he's
Is-
just up.
how's the
He's hanging
chain
from.
suspended? Is it just like tied up, or is there like an actual other end of the chain coming down somewhere that he can be lowered?
There's a other end of the chain is coming down somewhere, so it's
Yeah, it's like, you know, how you load an engine into a block.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I'll try and get him down.
When he drops down, the chain has cut so deeply that the only thing that's really keeping his head attached to his body is his spine. And
But he's not dead.
if he had been on there too much longer, you think that might
Might have done the trick.
done the trick eventually.
So definitely kindred, because human wouldn't have survived up there. That
Mm-hmm.
Is he?
He does not smell like a kindred.
Maybe he's a ghoul.
Mm.
He smells about halfway.
Mm. Hello.
Is he?
Thin
Well,
blood.
he's been cut through, so he's unable to talk, right? He's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, he's as soon as he hits the ground, he's unconscious. He's in torpor.
All right. Well, I mean, we've already got one guy in the basement. We might as well take two.
Well, does he need blood?
I mean, yeah, we could. Yeah, let's just put his face on the floor.
Just drag him
enough
through
blood
a
in
little
the
bit.
We should have brought the guy from the basement and just throw him in the room. Shit, there's blood here. There's blood to go around. I mean, seriously, I'm gonna pick up some of the try to scoop some of the blood up in my hand and see if this guy will take it in his mouth.
If he's a thin blood, he shouldn't need elder vitae blood or anything like. I don't know.
No, you're just literally smearing this blood all over his face. It's cold.
All right.
Yeah, it's starting to congeal. I'm assuming if it's been spilled all over the place and we're here and this man has been or individual has been hanging from a chain long enough for it to chew through his throat.
He can't have been up there that long, or he would be dead.
Yeah, but he's got to be a witness. I mean, the sooner we get this guy and get out of here,
I agree.
I don't know that there's much more we can learn from the situation.
I mean, we still smell that other individual, or is this the guy?
No, this was the. I mean, is this the guy?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
All right, let's get him and get out of here.
Seeing the guy, do I put two and two together? Why he smelled familiar to me?
You have seen this guy before. The night that you guys were prowling around the wreckers, he was actually outside the wreckers the entire time. He was standing nearby.
Okay, so he's one of their crew.
Oh yeah.
Or wait a minute, refresh. Did we see him and he was outside and we told him to get lost, or is he part of the group?
There's given the information you have right now, there's no way to definitively know that, but you definitely know that this guy was hanging outside of the wreckers.
All right. Well, I mean, let's get him back to the basement or wherever we're taking him.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be the next trick. It's how we pull a body out without being.
So what are you going to do about the two kindred?
Oh yeah, are they dead?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood then.
Like, would it be uncouth to drink one of them dry?
The other way.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Do we have the hearse, or are we just in the car?
I believe Idaho said you guys took the hearse over.
All right, I'm gonna call, I guess, whoever's got drive from our goals and be like, bring a car.
So
That Moira or Rhea?
we're still not seeing a fuse box or anything like that. I mean, now we're in the garage.
No, nothing in the garage.
How do these motherfuckers have their power? We are not finding a fuse box anywhere. I mean, come on.
It looks like somebody cut it to the place.
To the place, because even their outside lights aren't
There still
going.
would
A
be
fuse.
box. They didn't steal the fuse box.
I know. I just don't see what good it would do us if it's not just the building, if it's the block, if they did something.
Maybe. Okay. All right. Well, do we want to open the garage doors and I can just and we can open the gate and pull the car closer, or what? Are we carrying these guys out?
Yeah.
So here is the question: is your plan to basically throw all of these the two kindred, Silas and Jonas, into the back of your hearse, and along with the thin blood, and then take them back to the club?
Yep.
And if they'll all fit?
It's a hearse.
I know, but I mean, but didn't you just call back to the house and say, have somebody come by with a car?
Yeah, so we, the vampires,
because we have to
can
put the
go
bodies
back
back
home.
in the hearse now.
Yeah, that actually makes sense because the hearse is going to be filled with bodies.
Well, somebody's got to drive the damn thing.
Right.
Why is that so? I don't get it. I don't understand.
I'm just saying we need an extra vehicle because now the back of the hearse is filled with bodies. I need to go home in a different vehicle. There's no room in the hearse for me.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So, since it is the end of the night,
stupid phone,
and everyone has mostly fed, so we'll do some quick wrap up here. You guys get back to the club. When you take them out, I'm guessing you're going to go through the back, obviously, put them down in the basement. Are you just throwing them all into one room, like you're just stacking bodies in one room?
No, obviously not, because then like the two vampires in torpor might just kill the half blood.
So are
If
you?
there's any way to like keep them in separate rooms for the moment, that would be ideal. But I don't know
Yeah.
what our space is like down there.
There is, in fact, a room enough, so you could perhaps put the other thin blood with the neck issue in with the thin blood that had the
Everything
motorcycle
you
issue.
Yes, that one. Yes,
The guy
yes,
was in
yes.
horrible
In
pain, and we
bodies.
still haven't brought him back yet. Oh my god!
And then the two kindred could be put in another room. So
I'm gonna send Sabine a text message for some IVs, please and thank you.
you get a message back.
Train him.
Hold on. You get a message back from Sabine reasonably quickly that's something to the effect of, that's not how we do it. Unless you're doing it like a juice box.
Basically, something that I'm gonna need basically just an order. I'm putting an order in with Sabine. We're gonna need some.
For some blood.
Yeah.
All right. So
Help all of these individuals heal up a little bit. Get them the fuck out of here.
end of the night, Idaho. What are you doing now that your hearse is covered in blood and?
I mean, I'll have to find a place to sleep, and then I'll get it cleaned tomorrow, I guess, unless I have time to get it cleaned tonight, which I don't think I do. I don't know.
I don't think you would have enough time, but you could always just stay at the apartment.
I was about to
That'd be-
say.
That'd be 2 nights in a row.
You just have to roll Bane.
I was saying, you're gonna have to risk it.
Why can't I just go park and sleep in the hearse? I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. You don't care.
I used to live on the freaking street. What do I care? I
Good.
don't- This is the Taj Mahal to me.
So Idaho takes off. Vic, what are you doing? How are you ending your night?
I guess I'm pretty much ending the night. Not sure there's a whole lot else to do.
All right. Alice, what are your final actions for this evening?
I go get my drugs,
Okay.
And
pick
your
up my
girl,
girlfriend, go home.
do what you've been like looking forward to the entire fucking time, being like, God damn it, it's
Right?
about fucking 9.
So the original plan though was to get somebody else high so that you could feed off of them. It's a little late though for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, save it.
I mean, is Ruby at a point where she needs to feed at this point, or will she be held off till tomorrow?
Ruby's fine. She's been kind of doing a kind of a weird regimen of like eating normal food, and then going a couple days and then gets a little bit of blood and then keeps eating normal food.
Okay.
She is still, particularly after the encounter with the scourge in the club, she is not want to be out much.
No, of course not. No, I mean, if anything, give her, if she wants to do. I mean, I can offer her the smoke for tonight just to get her to calm down and try to rest for the evening and promise her a very good time very soon.
She's all about it. Michael, how are you? What are your final motions for the evening?
I'm going to have to start sniffing around for the scourge. Since they so blatantly do not are taking liberties, and going to have to start figuring out how to purchase like a couple new apartment buildings or row houses or something, and at least one warehouse.
Fair enough. So
We got the Wrecker's place now.
No, we don't.
No.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Just kidding.
That
After the
place gonna be
cops
haunted.
After the cops are done with it, we can buy it on the auction.
That's fair.
Give it back to them.
Yeah, they'll probably clean it out decently enough.
So, tonight ended on a perhaps unexpected note. The
No kidding.
things to be concerned with down the line. Perhaps the fact that you guys are now hosting multiple bodies.
That's why the order. That's why the order is put in. We're gonna like. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be like a juice box IV. You know, it's gonna be like the little like right there, and then like somebody can like suck it
We
down.
have been
when they wake
doing
up.
this through the entire campaign. Is this a surprise?
We've
They're
been
kind of
the
our
first
MO.
people
It's
to
They're not
go
the
in our
first four
basement.
people that have been in our basement. No, they're not
Yeah.
the first four people that have been. No.
You guys had more dead bodies down there than goddamn mortuary.
We brought. If
Mhm.
every vampire we brought back really was loyal to us, we'd be taking this city over.
Yeah, that's what I don't get when they were like, "You don't do anything for the city, Michael," and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
We even made sure that that Shaw was still out there causing trouble. You're welcome.
Well,
That wasn't really something we did on purpose. Come on.
Oh, I did.
Kind of a side effect. But
Yeah, if there would have been some way to kill him, that would have been better. But anyway,
with that said, tonight's session is over, though certainly not this chronicle. XP has been awarded.
yay.
We will see you all next Monday. If anybody wants to do cellos, get in touch with me.
Yeah, I want
Definitely.
to do one for sure.
see how
Yeah,
this
that's
week
sometime.
goes.
If you weren't kidding about Vic joining you, I can make that a duo if timing works out.
Sure.
Hell yeah. Cool.
Well, I'd like to thank my coterie tonight. Knox, our storyteller. Skot plays Idaho. Zack is Victor, my husband. I play Al, and we got Martha playing Michael. We thank you all for being with us here tonight. We're here every Monday. And yeah, I should be streaming various games throughout the week. Been doing a lot of City of Heroes if people are interested in that. So make sure if you haven't followed, hit me with a follow and make sure the notification bell is clicked. So thank you all for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next time.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.